Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Gazette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun, play action, looking for him, and has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday evening from Hope. With the playoffs inching closer, it's the final Friday Night Lights of September this evening, featuring the Mayport CG Patriots and the Raiders of Maple River, with postseason implications on the line on homecoming night here from Maple River. A pleasant good Friday evening again. I'm Chase Miller alongside Nathan Hoots on the sideline. Clear skies, highs in the upper 70s here as we get ready for kickoff. Our camera operator will be Keith Phelps, and welcome to our Irie Insurance pregame show. This will be the final game of the series between the Maple River Raiders and the Mayport CG Patriots for a while, with the Patriots scheduled to head back to 11-man next season under the new football plan, with the Raiders remaining in 9-man. After the season opening win over Wymer Lidgerwood, Mayport CG has lost 4 straight games and sits at 0-1 in Region 2 play. A win here for the Patriots, a home playoff game is still very much alive, while a loss tonight for the Mayport CG Patriots, they would be in must-win mode against Enderlin and Richland the next 2 weeks to make the playoffs. Maple River snapped a 2-game losing streak with a 44-22 win at Richland last week, and for the Raiders, it's very similar in terms of jockeying for playoff seeding. A win almost guarantees a postseason bid and one step closer to hosting in the first round, while a loss means the last game against Enderlin more than likely would be a win to get into the playoffs. Nathan Hoots again on the sidelines here, and Hoots still kind of feels like summer out today with the warm skies, and alongside these two teams getting ready. As we kind of look at the playoff format, as we alluded to, does this feel about as a most close to a must-win situation, so to speak, for these two programs entering tonight here, Hoots?
Absolutely it does. You know, you don't want to drop region games at any time during the year, especially late in September like we are now, or late in August. I'm not entirely sure what it's like right now. It's 80 degrees out, but you know, you don't want to drop games like this, especially when this is kind of, there's a built-in rivalry here. You know, you don't want to talk too much about postseason. You want to take it one game at a time as a coach and as a program, but this is something that, you know, whoever wins tonight is likely in the driver's seat for a number 2 seed in our region, which comes with a first-round home playoff game.
The one thing they did not play last year with Mayport CG being 11-man, the Patriots last played the Maple River Raiders back on October the 7th of 2022. They won at Jeromeburg Field of Mayville. What's the rivalry like here, Hoots? I mean, the obvious is Finley Sharon Hope Page used to be a co-op. Now Finley Sharon co-ops with Mayville. Hope Page co-ops now with Maple Valley. That's part of it, but it's been a rivalry for many years and even generations here with these respective towns and communities.
Yeah, not so much with, you know, the Maple Valley portion of our district, but certainly with the Hope Page portion of it. You know, we introduced Hope Page to some rivalries that we have through this co-op. They've introduced us to some of their rivalries, and we found out within about a month after the co-op started that this is kind of the game that we should be looking forward to every single year in every sport that we play them in. You know, and Coach Fontaine gets them in both football and in spring coaching baseball, so he gets his fill of Mayville, and I think this is a game that ever since the final whistle went in Mayville 2 years ago, this is the game that he's kind of been looking forward to.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the players to watch here. Senior running back for the Mayport CG Patriots, that's Cutler Peterson, 447 yards. He averages 6 yards per rush with 2 touchdowns here on the season. Cody Fugelberg, the senior quarterback here, has thrown for 6 touchdowns and 6 INTs. And then on the outside, you do have some size there with Sawstead, the senior tight end, 3 touchdowns to lead the way for the Patriots. What's something or what's a game plan, or what is a person you're looking out tonight here, Hoots, for the Mayport CG Patriots?
Yeah, I think you nailed it right off the beginning there with number 44, Cutler Peterson. He stands out on film in a hurry. And you can tell whenever they need some hard yardage, he's the guy they're going to go to. Goal to go, anything in between the hashes, and they need a couple of yards. He's the guy that's going to touch the ball. He's a hard-nosed runner, embraces contact, and a kid that's going to be tough to tackle for the entirety of the game.
On the opposite side for Maple River, I'm talking with Larry Fontaine, and he mentioned Frank Martin has been doing a nice job. Frank Martin has been doing a nice job also from there. There's more and more adjectives you can say about T. Silling, but I think a big question tonight here, what's the health kind of a Carter Bosch? Because if he's not going to be in there, obviously we've seen Downs, we've seen Irie at particular times this season, Hoots, but that obviously is a big second part of it with Carter Bosch. Just can he give you 5 plays, 15, or can he play the entirety of the game?
Yeah, last year he was, kind of burst onto the scene in nine-man football, being a first-time player, and the speed stuck out like a sore thumb. You get to the edge with him, and he's a problem. Hurt that hamstring the first game of the year. Kind of been babying himself through the entirety of this season thus far with battling, how hard do I push it in practice so I'm ready on Fridays. He finally started to feel good last week, and then in about the third series down in Colfax, tweaked that ankle, and I think he's going to give it everything he can. Whether or not he's on the field and contributing, teams when they scout and watch Maple River and when they play against him, they have to know where he's at and account for him at all times, even if he's not 100%. If he's able to be out there and just be a decoy, I think that would be a big beneficial aspect to the Raiders offense.
Thank you very much, Hoot. Still to come on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll take a look at games going on across the region, latest polls, and we'll hear from Raiders head coach Larry Fontaine. But when we return from Hope, we'll be joined by Mayport CG Patriot head coach, that is Adam Sola. It's the Patriots and the Raiders in Hope for homecoming night on your liveevent.com.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and SeedX sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Join us now from the Mayport CG Patriots, the head coach, that is Adam Sola, here, part of our pregame conversation. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. And for you, Sola, you get to this time of the season here, playoff football is still on the mind for a lot of teams across the state of North Dakota, yourself included, with a region contest here. So what's kind of the message to the team? I know wins and losses maybe isn't what you want at this particular point of the season, but you still have a lot to play for here over the last 3 weeks of high school regular season football.
Yeah, you definitely. It's kind of odd to say, but last week against Driggs County Central, that was our first region game of the year. We had those 4 non-region games against some very good non-region teams in the first part of the year. The number 1 team in the state in Lemoore, we hosted them and played them pretty well, I thought, for 3 quarters. And then you've got Wyndmere and Hankinson, which are never any slouches, and Sargent County too, which is going to be probably the number 4 team down there. So we played the top 4 teams in Region 1, and yeah, you're right. Our record isn't showing what it is, but there's some reasons for those things, and I think that some of those reasons have been remedied. But yeah, that number 1 spot in our region is probably out of the scenario right now. But the game tonight's going to be a huge one to determine playoffs and playoff seeding. Just looking ahead, I don't want to count too many wins before they happen, but you kind of hope that maybe it's us and Maple River are the next 2 playoff teams, and that's as long as we can take care of business too, as well as Maple River. But Yeah, there's a lot of playoff implications, and whoever wins this game is kind of in the driver's seat to host that first round playoff game too, which is huge. Much rather be at home against some of those tough teams than on the road.
Let's talk about the matchup with Maple River. Just, it's been about 3 years now that they've had this particular co-op for football, but obviously you go back to the Finley Sharon Hope Page days. Now there's part of that, school district with you guys respectively. So what makes this a rivalry outside of the obvious here, Adam, which is towns are about, a half hour apart. There's a lot of family tradition that goes from generations with these respective school districts. So what just makes this a rivalry on and off the football field for you?
Yeah, even going back prior to the difference in the co-ops, when it was Finley Sharon Hope Page rather than Maple River and then Finley Sharon coming with us, it's been a huge rivalry. And that's not to say, I mean, we've got one kid that's on the roster right now from Finley Sharon. So, I mean, it definitely means something to him too, having been sort of brought up in that co-op. But I think it's a lot of family ties. We got a lot of farm kids that kind of farm down towards that direction and have family on that side. And with it being so close, I mean, there's guys that date sisters and that kind of stuff, across towns, and there's bragging rights there. No matter if we've had up teams, down teams on either side of this, it's always probably the most physical game that we play, just because it tends to be that we don't like each other a whole lot because of that. It's a good rivalry that way, and it's been kind of back and forth. And you throw that into it a little bit this year too, and this is the last time that we're going to play for a while. I know we were saying that 2 years ago when we were making the move to 11 man, but we kind of had an inkling that we might be able to come back down this year. But this is going to be the last time these two clubs get to play, and so it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be breaking rights for long term tonight.
Without question, and going over a couple players for you guys here. Let's just start with Coulter Peterson. Just kind of what has he done for the club this season so far for the Patriots?
Yeah, Cutler's been huge for us on both sides of the ball. He's a kid that's not gonna necessarily juke and jive you. He's gonna put his shoulder down into you when he's on the offensive side of the ball. He's been kind of struggling with some injuries here and there as the years gone on, but he's a hard nosed kid, and he's gonna play if he can play. He's racked up the majority of our running back yards, and we're just a different type of team when he's in there, and what we're capable of. On the defensive side too, he's been very flexible for us. He's played a little bit of nose guard for us, middle linebacker, just because he's got that kind of mentality. He's going to stick his nose in there. He's going to be aggressive no matter where he's at, and he's definitely a leader on both sides. Kids voted him as one of our captains too. He's a huge boost, morale and effort and all of those things for our boys.
Another guy to bring up here with Keaton Sosted. Same kind of question. What does he kind of provide this year to the club here, Adam?
Yeah, he's another kid that plays both ways for us, and has also dealt with injuries here this year. So he's been in and out of the lineup, but he's finally back and healthy and ready to go too. And he's a kind of change of pace back for us in the backfield. We got Cutler, like I just said, is going to put his shoulder down through, and Keaton can do that too, but he's more of a finesse kid. I think he placed, if I remember right, 6th or 7th in the 200 last year in track, and so he's a fast kid that when he's given space, he can really move. On the defensive side, he plays kind of an outside linebacker spot for us, and he's just got really good vision, able to contain kids, be physical, and he's a smart kid as far as reading what's going on, and he drops into coverages for us. Yeah, between the two of those in our backfield and in our linebacking core, that's a main front for our team.
Last thing for you here, Adam, before we let you go, just matchup wise, X's and O's, so to speak. What are a key or two that the Patriots have to do to come out with a road victory here in Hope tonight?
Sure. I think the big one for us defensively is we're going to have to obviously contain Silling and Bosch. I mean, that's their two offensive weapons, and with Silling, he's going to drop back and throw, but he's pretty dang good at running the ball too. So, I mean, we can't allow him to scramble and get those big plays. So we got to be physical up front along with that and being able to contain. On the offensive side, we've just got to play our game. We can't get out of our type of system. We've kind of struggled with that. We get antsy too as coaches a little bit and players that we want something to happen quicker, but it's just not necessarily who we are this year. We've got to be able to pound the ball, control the clock, and keep the ball out of the other team's hands, and then play good defense. I think that's kind of the keys to tonight.
Adam, as always, thanks so much for your time. Good to see you again, and best of luck here this evening against the Raiders.
Yeah, thanks, Chase. I appreciate it. Thanks for
That
having
again,
us.
that again, Coach Adam Sola here for the Patriots. Will continue on our pregame show after this.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a 4-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
So when they needed us, the call is answered.
We need to get the right protection to as many people as we can.
We need to protect as many as we can.
We will.
We don't give up. Get the right protection for your lifestyle. Go to IRIinsurance.com to get a free quote and consultation.
Joining us now, part of our Irie Insurance pregame show, the head coach of the Maple River Raiders. That again is Larry Fontaine, as it's homecoming night up here in Hope as they welcome in the Mayport CG Patriots. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. And for you, Larry, here, let's just recap the win last week in Colfax, 44-22 against the Richland Colts. Able to get back on the winning side of things. You got a couple of region matchups still yet to play here, one of them being tonight. But what'd you take from that game in Richland that you hope to carry over here tonight in Hope, Larry?
Hi, Chase. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, you're welcome. Our defense played pretty well. We are working on our pass coverage this week. They got one running touchdown, but that was just, we had a mental break there. But we have to really work on our pass coverage. Our pass coverage has been weak all year, and we spent this week actually working on it and going through some drills and trying to get better at it, because that's I think our soft spot is our pass coverage right now. We basically went to a 5-man front last week. We held them. They couldn't run the ball, so they had to go to a they had to go to the spread and the twins and trips, and they had to do something that's not out of their comfort zone. And that's okay for us, because then we can get better when we cover passes and whatnot. But yeah, that was one thing we took. Our defense has played better the last 2 games. Preston Dowles carried the ball for us 20 times last week. Brendan Anderson got the ball a lot more last week. T had a great game, 231 yards. We can run the ball. I just think we need to work on our pass coverage a little bit.
As we take a look at some of the other playmakers that you kind of alluded to there, let's talk about a senior, Frank Martin, just kind of how you've seen him evolve so far on the football field this season, Larry.
Well, right now he might be our most improved player. We had him starting at the beginning of the year, and he frankly didn't play as well. Get it, Frank? Frankly. Anyway, he didn't play as well as we wanted him to, so we took him out. We took him out of kickoff. We took him out of basically everything because we weren't getting enough out of him. He just wasn't putting out as much as we wanted him to, and had a little heart to heart with him. He said, "Bud, your senior year, you want to play? We need more out of you." And he's taken it to heart, and he's really played really well the last, I'd say, 3 games. He's had 3 really good games. He's come to play. He shows up in practice. He works hard, and yeah, he's been vital for us.
Kobe Wisniewski, another guy, just kind of what have you seen, got his first career touchdown here earlier in the season as well, Larry?
He's first year playing varsity football, and he's had some up and downs a little bit, but he's going to start tomorrow for us on both offense and defense, I believe, and works hard. He's quick. He plays hard. He's just learning the game. He's eager. He loves football. Last year and the year before, he was a cross-country kid. but he likes football. He just wants to learn. He's trying to get better. He's got good hands, got good speed. Gives us another weapon we can use out there. So yeah, we're happy with him. Very happy.
It's homecoming week, Larry. What does just homecoming week mean kind of for you here, particularly in the Hope Page School District? You know, it's another year that you're with this Maple River co-op with the folks down in Maple Valley as well. But what does homecoming week kind of mean to you as both a teacher and as a head coach here?
Well, this might be my last one. I don't know. I'm thinking about retiring next year. I'm not sure. So people like, you say that all the time, but what is homecoming? I love it here. It's my 24th year here. I love the kids here. It's been a fun week. We've been doing all kinds of activities, getting ready for the big game. It's a big rivalry. I was talking to some of the kids, and I'm very happy with the Maple Valley Co-op, Maple River. I mean, we just couldn't have a football team without them, and they're great kids, and they've gotten along well with our kids here, and there's no issues between our students here and Hope Page and with the Maple Valley kids. I've been lucky, man. I've been able to coach some great athletes over the years with this co-op. Clay, Marty, Stevie last year. I don't want to forget anybody. I mean, but there's just great kids, and this year I get T, and I've had T the last 3 years. T's brother and Carter Bosch. I mean, they're great kids, and I just love kids, and I love to coach, and I love to be around those kids, and those kids really work hard for me. And if I do retire, I will miss it because they're great kids, and I'm lucky. And I fully support the co-op, and it's been a great time. And homecoming here has been fun. And tomorrow we got the pep rally, and I got a little surprise. Maybe I might bring out, you know what that is. I might bring that out, get us a little fired up to play. I told the kids yesterday, if I retire, this is the last year we get to play Mayville, and I don't really want to lose to Mayville tomorrow night.
Yeah, and that was going to be my final question here, Larry, just coming into the game with the Patriots. What makes this a rivalry, and what's going to stand out against the Coach Sola Club once you get to that opening kickoff?
Well, he's a good coach. They're well coached. They have a lot of kids. They have more kids to choose from than we do, so that sets up the rivalry right there. They've got a couple good athletes. They got really a lot of good athletes. It's gonna be a great game. We're 30 miles away, 35 miles away. Been rivalry before I got here, and since I've been the head coach, it's been a pretty heated rivalry. It's just we don't like to lose to them. They don't like to lose to us. It's been that way for 40 years probably.
Hey, Larry, as always, thanks so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing you up in Hope again for another high school football contest.
Yeah, roger that, man. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Chase.
That again, Larry Fontaine, head coach for Maple River, will continue after this on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. They cover it all, from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go online to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. Started today. That again is IrieInsurance.com. MaportCC.com. Other matchups tonight, you have Hankinson at Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Weimar, Lidgewood visits Tri-State, Griggs, Dakota, and Enderlin. Also some intriguing ones in 9-man, 4th-ranked Linton HMB at Napoleon, Gackel Streeter, who's 4-1, number 5 Central McLean at Sup Border, who's 4-1 as well. Chase Miller alongside Nathan Hoops and Keith with you on homecoming night. It's the Maple River Raiders at 2-3 on the season, 1-1 in Region 1 play, going up against the Mayport CG Patriots at 1-4 on the season and 0-2 in Region 2, that is. Both of these two teams again in Region 2. Maple River won the opening coin toss. They elected to receive. We're back after this with the opening kickoff and starting lineups here in Hope.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley school districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
Hey there, we're here
to invite you
to join First Community Credit Union.
FCCU is the proud partner of the University of North Dakota Athletics.
FCCU is here to coach you
through every financial play.
No turnovers.
Only buckets.
When you join FCCU,
you get the full UND experience. Enjoy our exclusive
UND credit and debit cards.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. They're agronomists of agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Those interviews, again, on our Irie Insurance pregame show, brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. For the Mayport CG Patriots on the defensive side of the football here, they will go with Bodie Peterson on the defensive line spot with Justin Verwest. Peterson, a 6'2 senior, Justin, a 6'2 junior. Linebackers of Noah Dabano, a 6'5 sophomore with 27 tackles on the season. Keaton Sosted, a 6'1 senior linebacker with Corbin Schreiner, a 5'10 junior. Cutler Peterson, a 5'11 senior as well. Defensive backs of Cody Fugelberg here, the 6'5 senior, with Connor Doctor, a 6' sophomore, and Gunnar Beck, a 6' senior, all with at least one interception. For Adam Sola and the Mayport CG Patriots, they are averaging 14.8 points per contest, while defensively giving up 30 points per game. For the Maple River Raiders here, they will go like this on the offensive line. Dylan Zahn will be under center, the 6'1 senior, with guards of Gabe Bjornson, the 6' junior, and Owen Ticky, the 6' sophomore. Wisniewski and Jonah Thompson, the tight end spot here, with the running back of Carter Bosch, Preston Dowse, and then also the fullback here of Brennan Anderson. Quarterback is T. Silling from our last broadcast. Silling committed to the University of Sioux Falls for collegiate football. Maple River head coach by Larry Fontaine, averaging 34 points per game defensively, giving up 41 points per contest. And Hoots, let's talk a little bit about T. Silling here from our last broadcast. Again, able to commit to the University of Sioux Falls. It's pretty cool anytime someone could commit to the NSIC, which is an awfully good Division II football conference.
Yeah, he's going to be an excellent contributor to wherever he decided to commit, but the University of Sioux Falls is getting a really good kid, a really good player. It's going to be interesting to see kind of where he gets to play at that level after probably a year of redshirting, but it's probably a weight lifted off his shoulders as well, making that commit.
The Maple River Raiders, it's homecoming night for Hope Page. Bo Jacobson is the king. The queen is Kayla Schlofelt. For Maple River, the king is T. Silling, and the queen is Addison Hannick here for the Maple River Raiders. We'll get to the full homecoming court coming up at halftime. Maple River in their blue tops, blue bottoms. Mayport CG in their white tops with the dark blue bottoms here tonight in Hope. The sun is starting to go down. Feels a little like fall now here today in Hope. We're back after this with the opening kickoff between the Patriots and the Raiders. This is 9-Man Football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com in Hope, North Dakota, as the Mayport CG Patriots square off with the Maple River Raiders here tonight. 4 12-minute quarters go up on the City of Hope scoreboard. Work and play in Hope, North Dakota from job listings and housing options. You can search HopeND.com. Then again, it's HopeND.com. Lamore Litchfield Marion, the number 1 team in the latest 9-man poll. New Rockford Cheyenne-Maddock, number 2, with West Hope Noburg at number 3. They're all undefeated and receiving votes. Lytton HMB with Strasburg Zeeland, number 4, and Search McLean is number 5. Hankinson and North Border receiving votes. All 7 of those teams are unbeaten at 5-0. Opening kickoff here tonight with Noah DeBono back at the 40-yard line will be at 7:01, and the opening kickoff here in Hope for homecoming night is underway with a high end-over-end left-footed boot as Dowse takes it back at the 8-yard line. Dowse at the 15 trying to make a man miss, does 20, has a crease 25, and the ball will come out. The question is, was it down or was it loose? Because Mayport CG looked like they got back on the football. Don't see an indication yet by the officials to see if it's going to be ball on the ground. They will say it's Mayport CG football. The Patriots will come up with it here as Mayport CG gets it with Caden Crawford. The freshman comes up, and it's an opening fumble to start the game.
That was a tough angle. I couldn't quite see what was going on, but there was no whistle for quite some time there. You had to assume it was loose, and they were going to let him fight for it.
So positive 27-yard line here as they will handle the football. As now you'll have a shotgun formation. And that was one of those where, again, there was no whistle immediately, and the ball did come out. The question was the knee down by Preston Dowse or not to begin with? And then by the time they tangle the party out, so to speak, of the little scrum, they found out that Mayport CG had the ball. So positive field position to start right off the bat for the Patriots as they will have it, counting up the 6, 8. And there they go. They got 9 as they'll get this one here with a shotgun formation for the Patriots. Fugelberg in the gun will roll right-hand side. Here comes Martin unevaded, but eventually there's a sack in the backfield. Owen Tickey, the sophomore, comes in for a sack.
It's going to be a big-time storyline. Second half last week against Richland, Maple River really couldn't cover anybody downfield, but they started to bring pressure and got to the quarterback before he could find his open man. That's going to be a big-time key here. They're 4-on-3 right now. They got to be able to get to the quarterback.
Talking with Larry Fontaine, he said they kind of want to put a 5-man front out there a little bit. And to your point, Hoots, he said they're going to blitz all night, using to Remember the Titans quote a little bit here throughout the rest of this contest. DeBono goes in motion. Jet sweep. That's going to be a forward pass. It should be incomplete. But they're going to call that a lateral here, Hoots. From my standpoint, it looked like it was incomplete.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times on film, and each time they've flipped it, so it's kind of surprising, but not a whole lot of argument, it looks like, from the sideline of the Patriots.
Okay.
Big-time break, though, for the Raiders.
So that'll be another loss on the play. It was about a loss of 7 upcoming here, make it about 5. So third down along 20 as DeBono will come back on here, motion out left to right. Fugelberg stamps back, looks, fires, throws down the middle. That one's going to be picked off on the way by Dowse as the Raiders will get the ball back at the 10-yard line.
That was a tremendous play on the ball. He originally jumped. I thought he did not time that well at all, but He hung up there for an extra second to snag that big-time play here. A lot of momentum switches here in the first minute.
10:39 on the City Hope scoreboard, and we already have 2 turnovers, a fumble and a pick, as the Mayport CG Patriots will now have to go on defense for the first time here tonight. They will spot the ball. Looks to be at the 8-yard line.
A little different look there. T. Selling playing kind of a slot corner type of guy there. He didn't slide into the middle when they came in motion. First 3 plays, the Raiders did a nice job of switching off that man when he came in motion. We'll see if they keep that up.
So the Raiders will handle it for the first time here tonight inside their own 10-yard line. Motion man going out to the left is Anderson. Twins in the backfield with T. Silling on either side. As Silling, little read option here, and Cutler will come in and eventually make the first stop, and T. Silling gets hammered for a loss of 5.
Timing was off from the get-go. A little bit of a high snap. The defense really wasn't going to, bite on those 2 play fakes after the bad snap.
As coming in on the tackle was Bodie Peterson, the 6'2" senior, has 3 sacks on the season. And Hoots offensively, we hear timing, and as you alluded to, that high snap just kind of threw everything off a little bit.
Yeah, speaking of timing, that was a very lengthy conversation on the sideline. The play clock's got to be dwindling already. Right now, I think the idea is get it out of the shadow of your own end zone and punt from not at the end of your end zone.
2nd down and long upcoming here as the Raiders got to hurry to get to line here before it gets to single digits on the play clock. Twins left 1 to the near sideline here. Silling, as the shotgun surveys the defense, gets the ball off here. Keeper to the 5-10, picks up the yards back, breaks the tackle, rolling his way past the 20, and dragging a Patriot with him to the 22-yard line.
Appreciate you proving me wrong, Maple River. That was a really well-designed play there. A pulling guard got through cleanly. If that pulling guard can get to the second level without getting touched, you're going to probably get positive yardage. Well done there. This defense from Mayport is eerily similar to what Lemoore runs. They got that two down linemen, and they got guys that are kind of playing a hybrid outside linebacker, D-end. And if you can run inside of them, you're going to get good yardage.
1st down and 10 upcoming here for the Maple River Raiders. It'll be the first down of the contest for either club. Shotgun formation, motion man going to the near sideline now will be Anderson. As T. Silling trying to bounce to the outside, breaks a couple of tackles again with him, dragging Beck to about the 27-yard line for about a gain of 5 yards.
It's going to be interesting the first time that 9 doesn't carry the ball. Is how big of a gap is either, Bosch or Dowes or Anderson. How big of a gap are they going to have? There's a lot of eyeballs on 9. He's got to make a guy miss immediately in the backfield in order to get positive yardage.
For the Maple River Raiders and Mayport CG Patriots in Region 2 play, Griggs Dakota is 2-0 in Region play. Enderlin 1-0. Maple River 1 win, 1 loss. Mayport CG 0-1 and Richland 0-2. Top 3 teams make the postseason. Handoff. This one goes to Bosch. Bosch trying to get to the outside, stiff arms a man, but then gets hog-tied down for a 2-yard loss. Noah DeBotto coming in on the outside part of the tackle party, but you had also with him there in Keaton Sosted. Comes in on the tackle for loss.
Tough to see from this angle. You probably had a better view from up top. What was the contain looking like from the Patriots over on that end?
Yeah, the Mayport CG Patriots, they had that one contained immediately, and I think right now Carter Bosch has got a little you could say chink in his giddy up right now. He's not at a full 100% out there here, Hoots.
For sure. And, that one probably goes for 2 or 3 yards a month ago. Unfortunately, it's going the opposite direction now.
As this will be in a shotgun formation here for Silling. They'll need 7 for the first down. Got to get to the 32. This will come into the middle, and Silling runs into a Patriots sandwich. As Silling gets maybe about 2 yards here to the 28-yard line. It brings up a 4th down.
Just trying to read some lips over here, and Coach Fontaine looked at a couple of the assistants and asked, do you think we should go for it? And I don't see any new personnel jogging out on the field, so this could be the first major play of the game.
And sometimes, again, you mentioned it a couple weeks ago, new long snapper that was into the game. We saw a high snap over a punter. You might think about it here, and Larry Fontaine in the first half might burn a timeout. He does. We'll break with him. On the City of Hope scoreboard, 7:45 remaining in the first, scoreless. 4th down and 4. Long 4. What will the Raiders do next?
Are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Work and play in Hope, North Dakota. From housing options, search hopend.com. From job listing options as well, that's hopend.com. So after the timeout, the first taken by Coach Larry Fontaine. And Hoots, it looks like there might be a punting situation now for Coach Fontaine.
I think based on how well your defense played in that first possession, you probably want to just, even if you can net 25 yards here, it's probably a positive thing here, especially with Bosch hobbling around. You know, one of your main decoys is gone.
Dowes will stand back at his 15. Beck stands at his own 35. Low snap. Beck as Dowes gets this one off. Beck will see this roll away from him at the 40. Take a Raiders bounce to the 31-yard line. Beck picks it up there. Gets to the outside as Martin pushes him out of bounds. But all things considered, not a bad punt by Dowes. And if you're Mayport CG, you're able to get the 13 yards on the punt return here and bring up a first down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, considering Dowes caught that ball and kind of stared at the rushers in the face and then punted it, that was a really good result for the Raiders to be able to net. You know, that was close to 30 on the net there. That's pretty good in nine-man football.
As you'll have it here, first down and 10, I formation for the Mayport CG Patriots as they will come out, dot in the I. Here will be Corbin Schreiner. Motion man goes back left to right, handoff. This one goes to Schreiner. Schreiner gets stuck in the middle, partially by Silling. It brings up a yard.
Yeah, you know, he talked about it early during his pregame interview. You know, he's not a guy that's going to run by guys or juke and jive guys, but he's a tough kid to take down. That was a really slow developing run play that those linebackers of the Raiders were able to fill quickly.
As it brings up 2nd and 9 here, Schreiner dots the I yet again. 5-man front here for Maple River. Pitch play goes to Schreiner, trying to get to the boundary here. He's going to get stuck by Dowes, but able to get a couple extra yards on a nice push on the way. That brings up a gain of 5.
Yeah, that was a really nice. He should have been taken down probably about 2 yards downfield, but he pulled it for another 3-4 yards extra. But good outside contained by the D end. Did a nice job of putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
As now we'll bring up 3rd down upcoming here. 3rd down and a long 4. As you kind of have a 4-man line in the backfield here. Where do they go? Well, that's going to go down for a tackle for a loss here. As nice defense by Maple River.
Yeah, Gabe Burnson really, he got in the hip pocket of that puller, and just, you know, if you're unaccounted for and you go forward in 4-man line and they pull a backside guard, you really just got to get in his hip pocket and go attack. Big 3 and out.
As now DeBono will come on here to punt the football away for the Mayport CG Patriots.
I watched this kid throw in pregame. They better be aware of any type of a fake.
Clean snap, left-footed kick. This one comes end over end. Dowes will see this one bounce to the 25-yard line and take a big Patriot roll inside the 5 and down at the 1. Oh, Noah DeBono bring out the pitching wedge for 55 yards.
That was quite the kick. They were about a foot away from blocking it, and it turned into a giant flip of momentum there.
This is going to be technically the 3rd possession here for Maple River. This will be back at their own about 1-yard line with 5:56 remaining here in the opening quarter. Ball will be at the fringe of their own goal line. They had it at their 8, at their 1, and opening kickoff again was fumbled to start this game off.
Hey, you know what? And if you're the Raiders right now, you're thinking we'll play field position game all game long if we're going to play defense like that. So once again, if you can get 1 first down here, you're doing great.
As now Maple River will handle it, 1st down and 10. Ball will be spotted at the 1-yard line here. As they'll come out in a little wishbone formation as Silling goes under center. Might this be a potential QB keeper, or do they hand the ball off? Well, it will be almost like a fumble rooski, if you want to call it that, as Silling was not planning it for that particular play. Hootson very fortunate he got on the ball without his knee being down.
It was down.
Okay.
I think the officials got caught off guard that it was a bad snap. He was definitely down in the end zone. Bit of a bullet dodge there by Blue.
As it'll be now a 2nd down and 9 upcoming here for the Maple River Raiders. Ball will be at the 2, because if he picks up that ball and his knee is in the end zone, that's a safety,
Not
right?
necessarily. If the ball is outside of the end zone, then you get that forward progress.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you exactly where the ball was, but I can tell you his knee was down.
As they'll go shotgun formation this time with Dowes lined up to Silling's left. Clean snap this time. Silling looking for a little bit of a daylight crease, and Mayport CG did a good job of just mucking that one up with their front two linemen. Then the linebackers just came down in pursuit. Silling does get about a yard to the 3.
Great run defense there. Give credit where credit is due. Dylan Zahn struggled on a snap or two in that first possession, just a half a yard or half a foot high, I would say. Those last two are right on the money, and that's big time here. You can't afford any type of a bad snap.
3rd down upcoming here for the Maple River Raiders with 4:35 and counting left in this opening quarter. It's been a lot of 3 and outs so far for both teams. Maple River with 1 first down so far here tonight. 1 wide receiver left, trips the near sideline. Bosch is not in. Motion man will be Dowse from the slot, and they will give it on a little jet sweep action here to Dowse. He gets about a yard, and that's it. Mayport CG again doing a good job on the line. Partially there, Dabano was part of the tackling party. Brings up 4th down and long.
Yeah, well done. This is going to be a defensive game. I heard a little prediction up top, something like a 14-12 game. Might be 8-6 the way this is rolling here. And we got a fast-moving first quarter, Chase.
A lot of possessions so far. 5 possessions here in this particular contest, in a game that started at 7:01 here tonight. And the one thing is, though, right now, if you want to play field position, the Patriots have had the better field position currently. This is ever dangerous to try to punt the ball out of your own end zone.
A lot of pressure came off the right side last time. See if they come again.
As Dowse, we'll see this one. Right-footed kick. There it goes, end over end. And this will be just fair caught by Beck smartly at the 37-yard line. So 3rd possession here in the quarter for Mayport CG, the 2nd that'll start in positive territory. They started at the Raiders 27, and now their own 37 here of Maple River for the Patriots with 3:29 remaining in the first quarter.
So first possession they came out spread, wanted to throw the ball. Second possession came out, wanted to run the football. We'll see if they what they plan on doing here. Maybe go spread and try to run it against this spread out defense here.
As Maple River, 4 men at the line. Trips now to the right-hand side with the motion man. Fugelberg gets pressure, then throws it nearly right to us up in the press box here, and that probably will be intentional grounding, as it looked like he was in the tackle box. He was just getting immediately pressured on the way here by Gabe, and that'll be a loss of down as well.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen a sideline official throw a flag for an intentional grounding, but just mirror the flag on the field.
So be intentional grounding on the play, move it back, and again they threw the flag at the 47-yard line. So that is a big loss of down upcoming here, Hoots.
Yeah, and if there would have just been a guy in the relative vicinity, it would probably been okay. But there was no one running an out route on your side of the field.
As you bring it now 2nd and about a country mile upcoming here, as Mayport CG has it at their own 47-yard line, as they will need to get to the Raiders 28. And yeah, there's just a misfit on the line because Gabe came unevaded to the tackle, try to get that sack or tackle for a loss on Fugelberg. Here's a handoff. This will go to the right-hand side. We have another flag on the play. And we'll see what this one is. Looks to be a hold upcoming on the Patriots.
Yeah, definitely pointing in that direction. He threw the flag like it was a procedural penalty way up in the air, but he's indicating holding.
This is back at the 41. So the question is, you want to move him back 10 yards, or do you want to take it 3rd and about 22 upcoming?
I think we have firmly established that we are in a field position defensive battle. You push them back.
So they're going to talk over with Larry Fontaine just to make it sure. And it looks like they are going to decline the penalty from what it looks like now.
And that's a perfectly acceptable decision to make, because now you're going, okay, as long as they don't get more than 10, you're probably punting again. It's just they've established their punting game is elite thus far.
3rd down upcoming here. 2 wide receivers to the near sideline. 2 make that, 2 to the right. Fugelberg will stand up in the shotgun formation. Maple River has brought pressure all night here, and they will bring 4 again. Fugelberg steps up, fires, throws the football down the middle of the field. That one's going to be incomplete. On a deep post pattern going down the field was Noah Dabon. That was Beck. Had a chance on that one, and that makes it now 4th down and long.
Just half a yard too far, but he had 5 yards of room between him and the nearest defender. Definitely going to look to see if that will come back to haunt him later on.
4th down upcoming here in 22. as that one was actually the tight end in Keaton Sawstead there for the Mayport CG Patriots. Dow stands back at his own 15. DeBono with a beautiful punt his first time. This time will be a high end-over-end kick that'll bounce to the 24, taking Mayport CG, make that Maple River roll to about the 31-yard line. So a lot of punts so far here tonight for both of these clubs, and one turnover as well. Mayport CG will give the football back to Maple River with 2:58 remaining here in the opening quarter on our City Hope scoreboard. Coming up at the half, we'll take a look at your first half numbers. Also from there, let you know what's coming up next for both of these clubs and get you ready for some out-of-town scores. It's all coming up on our halftime show. Chase Miller with Nathan Hoots and Keith helping us outrun the camera here tonight in Hope. First down and 10 for the Raiders. We've seen a lot of different formations for both teams early on here. Both trying to find something that gets a little bit of momentum for either club. Silling in the backfield, has Bosch with him. Silling steps up, makes a pass. This is going to be incomplete. That was right underneath us here with Kobe Wisniewski. Makes it now 2nd and 10.
It was good pass protection. He's able to get to his 3-step drop and allow the receivers to run their full routes. I don't know what the coverage was like from this angle. It was a bit of a struggle, but, good, clean pocket.
2nd down and 10 upcoming here for Maple River. So far, Silling, 6 carries for 22 yards. Dows with 1 carry for 1, and Bosch 1 carry for -2. That was the first passing attempt of the night for Silling. Fugelberg has a pick and then an incompletion and an intentional grounding so far through the air for the Patriots. 2nd down and 10, Mayport CG here. 2 down linemen, then kind of have those outside linebackers almost as defensive end spots. 5 men in the box. Bosch will line up on his right. Silling gets the ball off here. He will keep it. Bosch gets a nice little block there. Silling makes his way past the 35 to about the 36 for a gain of 4.
Great gang tackling there by the Patriots, but good job there by Silling to be able to take the pile for a couple extra yards, make this a little more third and manageable. Pretty much every play in the book, and if they're thinking about going for it on their own 25, they're probably 4-down territory here. So look for a play that for sure gets them 2 or 3 and maybe gets them that first down if necessary.
2 timeouts remaining for Maple River. 3 timeouts remaining for the Patriots here of Mayport CG in this first half. That's the question, right? How many yards do you get for Coach Fontaine to say, hey, let's go for it here? Well, if the Patriots get a sack or a tackle for a loss, we'll probably force the Raiders to try to punt one more time. Dowles will motion, left side, high snap, handoff, and that gets blown up immediately. Coming in unevaded here for Mayport CG is Justin Verwest.
Yeah, now it's definitely a punt play. Brought the right guy on that play. Sometimes you guess and hope to bring pressure. He threw the right gap, and that time it worked just perfectly for him.
Yeah, Verwest just came and shot out of a cannon. By the time Silling looked to hand the ball off to Bosch, Verwest nearly had his left and his right hand around Carter. Makes it now 4th down and 10, and I know Carter's trying to play through a little bit of an injury, which he's had for most of this season here, Hoots, but right now I think there is a pitch count a little bit on Carter, but he just obviously, from just warm-ups, wasn't at 100% here tonight.
Yeah, you could see it early on for sure.
Dowes, that's a line drive kick. Not sure how that didn't hit a backside or possibly the chest of someone. It does take a nice roll. It will look good in the stats as it goes from about the 32 to the nearly opposite 32, and that's where Mayport CG will start with the football.
You don't draw pictures on your stat sheet, do you?
I do not.
Okay, so, you just mark that down at the yardage it was. Nobody cares about what it looks like. Did it do the job? Yes, it did. Flip the field a little bit here.
As Mayport CG will start with it, 1:10 remaining. This is the 4th possession of the quarter here for the Patriots. Mayport CG with Keaton Crawford, their center, with Justin Verwest and Bodie Peterson also on the line. Fugelberg getting chased as he will roll to the far side here. Jonah Thompson came in there immediately, and Fugelberg maybe gets back to line.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He was about inches away from losing about 4 yards there and made a nice little turn right at the edge of the line. That's a big difference. Now it's 2nd and 9 instead of 2nd and 14. That's, for an offensive play caller, that's a big difference.
Wide receivers of Gunnar Beck, Noah DeBono here. You'll also have tight end of Keaton Sawstead. Cutler Peterson, the tailback, with Corbin Schreiner. Motion man will beat Dabano going left to right. Fugelberg in the gun. Has a clean pocket with some time. This time going down the field. Incomplete. Looking for the crossing pattern there of Sosted. And we do have another flag on the play.
Got another hold here, so it's going to be 3rd and 9 or 2nd and 19.
Well, if you're playing the field position game, you might take the penalty, right, Hoots?
I'm
that's
I'm
what
a fan of
Fontaine's
that.
doing.
Yep. Your defense is playing so well right now. There's no reason not to push them back a little bit, give your offense another 10 yards potentially here.
2 penalties for 20 yards here on the game so far that have been accepted for penalties here tonight. And now it'll be 2nd and 19. And if you're Adam Sola, hey, you know what? You'll take the penalty, and hopefully it means you get 2 good offensive plays here to try and find a rhythm if there's any positive from a flag here, Hoots.
Try to chunk this in half. What's a 10-yard play you got in the book? You know, you got to be looking for screens and draws. They haven't run anything up the middle yet, something like that here.
Fugelberg. This one
Backward
could be a
pass.
double pass. Dabano looking to throw down the field. Has a man, has a step. That's going to be incomplete off the hands of Sosted. They had the double pass executed perfectly. If he catches that, that's probably a touchdown. Instead, it brings up 3rd and 19.
That kid's got a cannon. Like I said, when he was lining up to punt earlier, that kid can really throw. I got to see him in pregame. You almost wonder why he maybe doesn't take a couple snaps behind center, but busted coverage, you got to keep your eyes on the guy that you're guarding if you're playing man. Don't start watching the ball.
They will try to get to the 44. Also mark that to see if they maybe cover it or do that same play later on in the game. Fugelberg steps up. Fugelberg flips it. That's going to be complete at the 35-yard line. It is a gain of about 10 yards here as the completion comes for the Mayport CG Patriots. As that's the Cross Kitchen newly inserted on the lineup here tonight.
Yeah, I think we'll go to the quarter here with a 4th down punt likely to start the 2nd quarter.
So we will head to the quarter break here. After 1 quarter, Planter City Hope scoreboard. We're scoreless on your liveevent.com.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hi, I'm Preston Ettinger with Lux Wealth Advisors in Mayville. At Lux Wealth Advisors, we believe financial planning is about more than numbers. It's about your future. We provide small town service with big company resources.
Hi, my name is Hunter Torgerson at Lux Wealth Advisors. As your neighbors, we understand the unique challenges you face.
Whether you're saving for your child's education, planning for retirement, or starting a business, we're here to help every step of the way.
With personalized strategies tailored just for you, we help turn your financial dreams into achievable goals. Lux Wealth Advisors, your trusted partner for a brighter financial future.
Also on yourliveevent.com tonight, Ellendale Edgeley column 0, Kindred 0 after 1 quarter of play. Chase Miller, Nathan Hoots, and Keith with you here, part of the 3-man weave on yourliveevent.com, as we'll get a punt and then we'll get Hoots' thoughts the opening 12 minutes here as Dabano stands back to punt at the 25-yard line, and they'll have to reset the chain gang here just to make sure everything is in proper order here tonight. Once that is set,
I think we got friendly chain gang here. They got into some conversation, and
that's the
main
main
that's
thing.
what happens in nine-man towns. They're popular people amongst fans here.
Entertaining first quarter if you're a fan of defense, for sure here tonight. If you're a fan of offense, you're waiting for that explosive play. The Patriots nearly hit it to end the first quarter. Dabano stands back at his 25-yard line here. Here's a clean snap from Fugelberg. Dabano skies this one. This will have some hang time. Dow's will see this roll in front of him. And if you might be a punter tonight, you might be an Enbridge Energy player of the game, because Dabano's had some good ones. That'll go from the 34 to the opposite 15 to flip the field.
You're gonna need some ice on that foot of his. Maybe stretch out that quad and keep it loose. He's getting quite the workout here.
So far, an interception and 3 punts for the Patriots. Possession number 5 for the Raiders. This will be at the 11:58 mark, or 11:48 mark here, as this one stands back at their own 15-yard line. The Raiders have had the ball at the 8, 1, 31, and the 15.
Hey, you know what? You just got to weather the storm. If it's going to be a field position game, you just can't give up any big plays and can't turn the ball over, and just kind of accept the way this game is going to be and maybe pop one yourself if it's going to come out of the run game.
Carter Bosch will come out here now in a shotgun formation for Maple River. As T. Silling will be out there with Bosch. Silling gets the boundary. Silling spins his way to about the 20. It's about a gain of 4 or so and brings up a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that was, I thought there were some really good blocks out here, but excellent pursuit by the Patriot defense there. They had a lot of hats on the ball right there at the end. First guy didn't take him down, but there were 2 or 3 waiting for him right after that.
Also a note, the Raiders opened the game to receive the ball after they won the coin toss, but they fumbled. So essentially, Mayport CG is going to be playing with an extra possession here, Hoots, unless the Raiders can get that turnover back, which they did. But to start again the second half, Mayport CG might be playing with that one extra possession as Carter Bosch right now limps back to the sideline, and he will get looked at the trainer.
Got some confusion here. It'll be interesting if they get this playoff on time. If they got too many. Oh, they moved. Now we're legal.
So shotgun formation again for Silling. The Patriots going to bring a little bit of a blitz, but that opens up the middle here for Silling. Silling gets to the 30, spins his way to the 35, and he's taken down at about the 38-yard line for a gain of 19.
That umpire in the middle of the field might have seen his life flash before his eyes right there. It's one of the smaller umpires we've ever seen, and kind of used him as a screen there. You can use him if he's in the middle of the field, use him however you want, and he kind of used him as a little bit of a brush screen.
Homecoming night here tonight. Yeah, if you're that middle umpire, you gotta be on a swivel. You gotta have those high hips here. You gotta really move.
You gotta You're playing with a bunch of big boys around you, so you got to be on your toes, is right.
Wishbone formation here as they will go under center. Pitch play will go out to Dowse. Dowse will get taken down right at the line of scrimmage here, and the Patriots have done a good job so far with DeBono part of the party here, Hoots, but also being a really good defensive lineman here is Justin Verwest being very active for the Patriots.
Yeah, they're really moving the line of scrimmage, not necessarily backwards, but east and west when they're trying to run these stretch and toss plays. They're really mobile up front. You can tell they're not, the big stout nose tackle that we saw from Sargent County. This is a group of athletes across the defensive line.
You can go to yourliveevent.com to check out the complete game schedule, or simply search Your Live Event on our YouTube page. Hit subscribe and watch a plethora of Friday night lights here. We kind of have your own version of the NFL Red Zone, if you will, between North Dakota and Minnesota on Friday, Tuesday, and Thursdays when volleyball comes around. Here's the bobsled play. Silling gets to the outside, past the 40, 45, 50, and into Patriot territory, and Silling keeps moving to the 30-yard line.
Underrated MVP of that play right there was Jonah Thompson. That was a phenomenal block right here on the edge. He kind of got beat right away, recovered, and a lot of times when you get beaten originally, you're going to hold, and he did a really good job of just getting in the way and creating a crease there for T down the sideline.
33-yard rush for Silling. So far, 10 carries for 82 yards. That's the longest offensive play of the night for either club, and just like that makes it first down and 10, and for the first time tonight, the Raiders are in the Patriot side of the football field.
It'll be interesting to see. Okay, they go back to this wishbone, and the best play they've run out of this is typically some type of a counter play to Bosch, but he is not in the game.
As right now, here goes an inside trap play to Anderson, and Anderson's going to get met and tackled for maybe a half yard as Corbin Schreiner comes in on the tackle.
You can see some frustration from him. I think he saw the hole there, and his feet did not quite agree with him. They just a little bit of a slip right out of the get-go. A little bit of a crease, it looked like, from down here, but good tackling once again from the Patriots.
And this is also a play that designed sometimes that you will throw someone out there, too, for a play action. We saw this a couple years ago with T's older brother Wyatt in that particular tight end spot here, Hoots. We'll see if they go maybe play action on this wishbone formation.
Absolutely. But, when they're playing with 3 guys back like they are right now, it's tough to slip a guy that deep, but you never know.
Kind of got 3 on each particular line. This is going to be a handoff to Dowse. Dowse trying to get to the outside. There's going to be a flag. The question is it on Jonah Thompson or is it on the man who made the tackle here on the outside with Bodie Peterson?
It looks like we're getting a hold.
This is going to be on Thompson. Thompson was trying to get Bodie Peterson, but then Bodie Peterson made the tackle. So he kind of got tackled and held at the same time. So if you're Sola, do you decline it, make it 3rd down and a long 11, or do you move it back? And Adam Sola says, let's move him back here to make it 2nd and 19.
Yeah, I think, it's not like blackjack where you got to have, distinct rules of what you do every single time. There's always a feel. And the feel of this game is you might want to take the yardage every single time here. Just, try to force them into, they haven't been there's not a 2nd and 22 or whatever we got right now in the book.
And this is the one thing you mentioned, field position. It could be first one to 7, 8, 10 wins here tonight, the way this one is kind of going.
Yep, so just make sure that everything you call is safe and you're getting the guy, that you want touching the ball every play.
Motion man will be Dow. Silling, high snap. Silling moving. Silling has some daylight in front of him, gets to the 35-30, Silling to the 25-20, has the first down to the 15-10, and Silling is nearly at a 1st and goal situation. 29 yards on the rush for Silling.
There's a give and take when you play man defense, and if you play man and you don't get there in time, a lot of times as soon as that quarterback breaks contain, all the defensive players are facing their end zone and they got their back to the quarterback, and that's exactly what happened right there. Poor contain, he got outside, and when he took off, he had nobody looking at him.
I'm going to test your math skills here, Hoots. What's 11 times 11?
Oh, 122?
111 maybe?
Oh, maybe.
111?
Hey, it could be.
Okay.
I'll check my calculator.
It's 11 yards per rush so far here
right.
for Silling. As we have it, shotgun formation, ball will be at the 11-yard line. So it's not a 1st and goal, it's a 1st and 10 at the 11. Silling with a couple of blockers in front of him, trying to spin his way, gets to him about the 6-yard line. As Corbin Schreiner comes in on the tackle, it will be a gain of 5.
I think we found the sweet spot of what the Raiders are going to try to do here. It's going to be a whole lot of Silling for the next 2.5 quarters.
As right now, if you're the Maple River Raiders, you'll take that particular spot if you want. And 11 times 11 is?
121.
There you go. You got it. I was like,
that was one off. Come on now.
2nd down upcoming here for the Maple River Raiders. And we're going to have a timeout, I believe, from Coach. Nope, not Coach Sola. They're just talking to the kids who are playing their old game of 500 and high school football on the end zone here to our left or west. As they will roll the clock here with 6:30 and counting. And what kind of has a feeling of a schlabberknocker. You don't get to say that too many times in 9-man football here, Hoots.
You know what? I think I used that word in the first game of the year when we had like 7 guys down with cramps. We're full go except for Bosch right now, and it's a good one right now.
2nd down and all of 5. Silling to the outside. Silling trying to get a block. Silling trying to get to the outside, and Silling gets out of a tackle to the 5. Look at Silling go into the end zone. Touchdown, Maple River. He's got oil on him. He's a bumper car. Regardless, Silling with a 6-yard rushing touchdown.
That was a big-time play. It looked like that was designed to probably go through the 1 or 3 hole on the inside left, and it was bounced and bounced and bounced and finally got to the edge. Really, really well done there by Maple River.
As you'll have a 2-point conversion upcoming here, so 2-point conversion play here now for Maple River on our City of Hope scoreboard. 6:04 remaining in the opening half, and well, I saw a guy by the name of Kylan Swenson from Kindred run like that against Central Cass last week. It just was not the first guy was not going to bring him down, and that's kind of what Silling's doing here tonight here, Hoots.
That's kind of been the story all year. It's the first guy's probably not taking him down. Is how good is the rest of the pursuit from the opposing defense?
As this will be a 2-point conversion opportunity now for Maple River. Little speed option play here. Silling trying to draw it out as best he can, but Maple River said if you're going to keep drawing it out, we'll come and make a tackle, and that one will get denied there by Bodie Peterson. But a new score on the City of Hope scoreboard. It's the Raiders up by 6 on yourliveevent.com.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
Maple Valley Public School will begin the year with the completion of the building project, which added 14,500 square feet, housing a community fitness center, gymnasium, locker rooms, and a pre-K room. This addition will significantly enhance community opportunities by providing updated equipment and facilities. Maple Valley will also launch the Best in Class for our 4-year-old program this year. The Best in Class program includes curriculum, professional development, and resources to create learning environments for pre-kindergarten students.
High school football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. 5 minutes and 44 seconds. The drive goes 85 yards, capped off by the T. Silling rushing touchdown. And the Riders take the first lead of the night on our City of Hope scoreboard. So as we come out now, Maple River looking to get everybody set. They do. Here comes the kick at the 40-yard line. It's a squibber, takes a hop, will roll to Fugelberg, who smartly bounces on the ball at the about 39-yard line. So if you're Mayport CG, got all 3 timeouts, 6:04 remaining here in the opening half. So playbook is wide open to your disposal, and you get the ball again to start the third quarter. So a large momentum start of this possession here, Hoots, for both the Patriots and the Raiders.
You ever heard of the air raid offense, Chase?
I have.
I think we are going to see a lot of that here going forward. We got Patriot receivers that are running wide open as the Raiders here are taking a timeout.
As the Mayport CG Patriots and Maple River, looks to be a timeout for Maple River here as their personnel, just counting them up here, they only had 8 guys on the field. So we'll take a break with them on your live event.
Don't let your autumn project list fall to pieces. Make those projects fall into place with the help of Mayport Hardware. Tim, the project pro, and his team will make sure you get not just the right tool or part, they'll also give you the tips and tricks to tackle that list once and for all. Plus, they've got plenty of essentials for fall cleanup and a grill or two for those pregame cookouts. You've always got a lot more going for you at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com, timeout. They only had 8 guys on the field, so Larry Fontaine says, let's burn our second timeout here with 6:04 remaining. Make sure we get everybody set. Just count them up. They got 9 this time, Mayport CG. To your point here, who it's the air raid offense. If you got a quarterback who gets in rhythm, because we've seen Maple River put 5 to 6 guys in the box and bring pressure all night long as Fugelberg. Here comes 4. Fugelberg will roll near sideline, come right underneath us here, and he will take a shot. Fugelberg does get about a healthy 7 to 8 yards on the play, but that was shoulder pad to shoulder pad with Brennan Anderson.
Yeah, that was quite the hit. First thing I thought was he was out of bounds, but I am 53 1/3 yards away from the play, so without your reaction, I'm assuming we are good.
We are good to
Excellent.
go
Good
here.
to hear.
As that was, you could hear that up in the press box. As now will be second down upcoming. Second down, looking for a handoff here. This one will be into Maple River territory, and they'll get the yardage for Peterson as Peterson gets to about the 46 for a gain of 7 yards.
You can see it's kind of been a theme. Every second down, Mayville's tried to go fast and you know, no huddle and get going. And they're going to go fast here again, or at least no huddle, not necessarily fast.
As now will be first down upcoming here for the Patriots. Handoff coming to Peterson. Peterson looking to break a tackle. Can't though from Silling, and that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards.
They're starting to find something here, a little bit of a groove. Play call, and they're getting on their wristband. They're not huddling. Hands are going to be on the hips here in a little bit. Personnel's not going to be able to change as long as they go fast.
Kind of a little sugar no huddle here for the Patriots, to your point. Not a true just, frantic pace.
Yep.
Kind of get the play call and then go. Fugelberg has time, winds, delivers, looking for Dabano down the field, incomplete at the 10-yard line.
I'll slow things down, allow if the defensive line wants to rotate it all here. I know the Raiders tend to do that on occasion, but they're sticking with their guys, sticking man-to-man, bringing pressure.
Mayport CG not taking too much time out of this possession either, just over a minute so far. They're knocking on the door, and I think without question here, Hoots, this is 4-down territory as long as you don't get a sack at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And, kind of feel bad for these DBs and receivers. They just ran 40-yard sprints, jog back, and let's go do it again.
Third down and medium here. Fugelberg, there's a flag on the play. Fugelberg, fire throw. That one is nearly picked by Dowse at the 30, but we're able to get a flag here. It's going to be a legal shift. We'll see what's going to happen upcoming here.
Interested to hear what they said.
It'll either be 4th down or you take the 5 yards. So if you're Larry Fontaine, do you want a 3rd and 10 or about a 4th and 5 upcoming here?
I think
that's exactly what our white hat and Larry Fontaine saying, move them back. Well, you like your defense, kind of what you've been saying, Hoots, in terms of field position. Field position is like lakefront property tonight.
Yeah,
and it's going to be 3rd
that's a
and
really
10.
hard one. No matter what happens, the fans are going to be like, what are you thinking? Okay, well, you can justify either direction here. If you get a nice stop under 5 yards, then he's brilliant.
If you give him 9, then it's 4th and 1.
Then, yep.
Here comes back on the motion. I formation, handoff. This one going to the right-handed side, and that's a first down and some. Making his way to the 20, and it's going to be a house call of 46 yards. Touchdown, Patriots. Cutler Peterson takes it for a house call. Didn't matter if it was 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 10. Peterson hits Pater.
That's the first kind of big hole, but you could see it kind of brewing here this second possession of this quarter. A little bit bigger gaps, a little bit bigger holes there created by the offensive line of the Patriots. They're going quick here into this 2-point conversion too.
As this one will come down for the 2-point conversion upcoming here. Mayport CG, that little sugar no huddle. You just find something that maybe offense hasn't been working. You switch things up, and all of a sudden, boom, you got some success. Play action, Fugelberg looking and has a man for the 2-point conversion on a long crossing pattern as that goes to Gunnar Beck. New score, Mayport CG answers immediately as they lead it by 2.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
North Star Ag is your premier full-service short-line machinery dealer. Whether it's equipment sales, parts, or service, North Star Ag carries a full range of equipment from leading brands such as Meridian, Brandt, and Salford Valmar. The North Star team is here to help you year-round. Learn more at northstar-ag.com. That's northstar-ag.com. Or visit them at their Tower City facility. North Star Ag, committed to quality, committed to you.
High school football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. That drive for the Mayport CG Patriots, 1 minute and 15 seconds off the clock, goes 61 yards for a 46-yard rushing touchdown by Coulter Peterson. 2-point conversion was good on the pass to Beck. Maple River will see this one out to about the 35-yard line. There's a fumble again on the kickoff return. The Patriots are going to cover. Hootsy had a great spot at it, and for the second time tonight that there's a kickoff, the Patriots have forced a fumble, and they get the ball back.
It was loose right on the sideline, and the ball stopped on a dime rather than going out of bounds. But great heads up. Same thing that happened on that first possession. Guys on the ball as soon as it was on the floor.
This is a tough one now if you're Maple River. Not that it's a must stand and get a stop defensively, but all of a sudden now you put Mayport CG Patriots for the 3rd time tonight in the driver's seat to start the football in your own side of the field. First down and 10 for the Patriots. Shotgun formation. Fugelberg will roll near sideline here. Fugelberg will cut, and he'll get tackled. That'll be a 2-yard loss.
That was a big-time play right there. There was some negative vibes over on the sideline. Your defense just got shredded on the last possession. That was a big tackle. It looked from this angle there was a lot of space if he didn't make that tackle. So big-time play there by Gabe.
As you'll have 2nd down and 12 upcoming here. As now Coulter Peterson, the fullback, with Corbin Schneider going to dot the I here. Motion man goes Beck. Pitch play. This will go to Schneider. Schneider's going to get stuck at about the 36-yard line. Ball comes out. I believe Maple River might be on the football here. Or do they call it forward progress? Because Maple River clearly had the football with Brennan Anderson, but it's going to be 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, that would have been another, our 12th change of momentum here in the first half if that would have went to the Raiders. So it seems like there's a little bit of confusion when they line up in these trips with the fullback kind of lined up out wide. If they run any type of motion, there's guys kind of running into each other. They got to be careful here.
3rd down and 12. Fugelberg This one will go to the outside to Dabano. Jonah Thompson will come in. That'll be a tackle for a loss of about 4.
This kid has shown up to play tonight. I talked about him earlier on that big block that he made for T. Silling's play. He didn't make the play on the last the play before this one on that toss sweep, but he was able to hop outside, keep contained to force it inside, and then this one, hang on. That's 2 big-time tackles in space. In 9-man football, if you can tackle in space, you're going to have a good defense.
That's a little bit of eye candy too, right? If you take the bait, then all of a sudden you can get Dabano to the outside, and he might easily have a walking first down. Yep. Instead, it's a tackle for a loss, so it's a gamble play either way you draw it up. And I think if you're Coach Sola here, Hoots, you might be calling a timeout, trying to milk some clock off before maybe you punt the football here.
You wonder and you hear people yelling in the background, hey, make sure you got someone covering him. You do have to make sure you do that just to be careful. But, yeah, he's definitely just winding the clock down.
As they will be the timeout, we'll break with them. First one by Coach Adam Sola. 2:34 remaining left here in the first half. It'll be 4th and long for the Patriots when we return.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsborough.
High school football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. It's 4th down upcoming for Maple River as they'll be at their own, for the Patriots that is, at the Raiders 42. Mayport CG will need to get to Maple River's 26 for a first down. With how your defenses have been playing tonight and how Dabano's been punting, Hoots, I think it's an easy call to punt this football away. If the ball was at the 35, maybe more of no man's land, but because it's that 4th and 16, 17, I think the decision was kind of made for you here.
And I think the question the coaches are probably asking is, has anybody beat us besides T. Silling? If we can punt it down there and make sure he doesn't beat us, we're going to the half up 8-6, or maybe we can use our timeouts, force them to have to punt deep in their end zone, but I'm wrong.
Mayport CG, and this is one of those plays, too. Could be one of those where you might get a hard count, potentially. We'll see what happens.
Not get you much. Oh, boy.
They're going to try to get 2 guys down the field. They're covered. Fugelberg going one-on-one far sideline. This one's going to be batted incomplete.
Position.
Silling against Beck there, and essentially they just took 2 guys on some deep patterns here, Hoots, and it was manned up immediately. Brings up now a turnover on downs.
Yeah, a little questionable. I don't know. That was interesting. And then he threw it to the one guy in the field that's proven he can cover in this first half for sure.
They only sent out 2 in the pattern, and both were covered. So you're going max protect. And essentially, you might have said, hey, just throw it down there. If it gets picked, it acts like a punt.
Right. And I'm sure Sola had some type of theory behind that. Yeah, that's probably what it was. But, the ball was pretty much thrown out of bounds. So that kind of negates that opportunity.
And now, all of a sudden, if you're Maple River, we'll see how much the field position here. Because if you punted in the end zone, you'd have the ball at your own 20 instead of the 42 as an example. We've already seen Dabano do a good job kind of keeping the Raiders off balance, but this might not matter. T. Silling, one play, and T. Silling to the 10, end zone, touchdown, Raiders! T. Silling for 58 yards, and the Raiders are back on top.
That was a change of momentum right there. I couldn't keep my eyes off of Preston Dowles getting absolutely rocked in the backfield. And you know what? Sometimes you got to take a hit to get the team where you needed to go.
58-yard rushing touchdown for Silling. That'll be his 2nd score, and all of a sudden, Hoots, if you run that same play, even if it's at the 20, it's still a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think my opinion has changed on how this game's going to finish about 3 times in the last 5 minutes. I thought after we scored that first touchdown the Raiders did, I thought for sure this game's going to end up something like 12-8 Raiders, and then couldn't get a stop on the last possession, and then that big momentum flip here in the last 30 seconds of game time has been impressive.
0 points in the first quarter, and so far all the points have been scored here in the second quarter, 20 combined. Raiders looking for the 2-point conversion here with Silling. Silling, a little reverse end around. We got flags everywhere. Dowse is going to get tackled, not able to get into the 2-point conversion, and now all of a sudden we'll see what transpires here in a moment. Looks to be on Maple River. If you're the Patriots, you'll just decline it, and we'll go to a kickoff here. Penalty will be declined, but we have a new score on our City Hope scoreboard. 2:19 remaining. It's the Raiders up by 4.
You know, parenting is hard for all of us. And so providing those little resources that we can share for those conversations that are hard to have and to kind of be that icebreaker for both professionals, parents, and then open up that conversation to the more engaging conversation that's needing to be had.
Being a parent myself, oftentimes it's the simple things that make a difference.
As a busy parent myself, just engaging with your kids, making it an everyday thing so they know that you're there, they can always come to you when those difficult situations do arise.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsborough for more information.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
High school football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com with 2:19 remaining here in the second quarter. Maple River 12, the Mayport CG Patriots 8 here as the Patriots, well, we'll see what happens. Last couple of possessions for both teams, they've been able to find the end zone here. This is a good end over egg kick. Beck will take it at the 20. Here goes to Beck now. Beck on the reverse to 25-30 near sideline and gets pushed out of bounds here by Dow's at about the 34-yard line.
Got a flag on our sideline, came in a little late. My eyes were not over here until I saw the flag hit the field.
Same for me on the near side. This is early indication holding. This is on the Patriots.
Typically when they're far away, it's like some type of an illegal blindside block.
The under indication is holding. So you'll take it from the 34. If the hold was at the 41, then you'll move it back from the 30 for the 24-yard line, and that's exactly what will happen. For the Mayport CG Patriots, it'll be their fourth penalty for 35 yards. As you will now have 1st and 10 upcoming here for the Patriots. 2 wide receivers to the left and 2 to the near sideline here with Fugelberg, as you have Coulter Peterson, the tailback, lined up to his right-hand side. Fugelberg, shotgun. Steps up, has a man one-on-one. This one's going to be caught, and that's going to be maybe a house call. Sosted to the 15, 10, touchdown, Mayport CG. 76 yards, Fugelberg to Keaton Sosted for Keaton's 4th receiving touchdown of the season.
Now that was an impressive throw right there. Minimal pressure from the defensive line allowed him to really set his feet and get into that one. But we've seen receivers running open all night. It's just a matter of whether or not they can hit him in time.
And at the 2-minute warning, or the 2-minute timeout, however you want to call it, it's now a 14-12 contest here with the Patriots going for the 2-point conversion. 2 offensive plays, 2 touchdowns between these two in the last 2 possessions. Trying to keep his way is Fugelberg, and Fugelberg's just not going to be able to get there here. And that will be the 2-point conversion. We'll go for a no rushing yards there for Fugelberg. 2-minute timeout here. Patriots up by 2 after this.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm, and SeedX sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
So back-to-back possessions that are one play, one score touchdowns, one for Maple River, one for Mayport CG. Dakota will put this one on the tee. And this will roll. Oh, that should have went into the end zone. It does. For a second there for Maple River, that they might have caught themselves a Trent Warren. If he picks that one up at the 1 yard line and stops, it's a live ball. But once the ball breaks the plane and goes in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback.
Correct, and I think that's a really good rule in high school football. Definitely, it makes it easier for the officials, makes it easier for the kids. You got to get that ball, catch it in the air. You don't want any of that business happening.
So 2-minute warning here. Maple River has 1 timeout remaining. Mayport CG has 2. So if you're Maple River, you get 3-4 yards. An example on first down, you might be content with not getting too overamped going to the half because you don't want the Patriots to get the ball back. And if you're Mayport CG, you get a tackle for last year, Hoots.
Yep.
You might be
taking it.
You might be burning the timeout here quickly.
So I think they have 2 remaining.
They do.
Okay.
Maple River will come out here. Shotgun formation. Silling, QB keeper here. And Silling's going to get hog-tied and wrapped up for a loss. That was on the outside. Brody Peterson comes in on the tackle for a loss here as that goes back to about the 18-yard line.
No quick movement for timeout calls either side, so probably going to end up going to half here if they can hold on to the football.
Updated Major League Baseball. White Sox break modern MLB record with their 121st loss of the season. Minnesota Twins, they don't feel your pain. They get a couple more losses, even though the Twins right now does not look like they're going to make the playoffs. 2nd and 12 upcoming for Silling, pass play opportunity. Silling steps up, evades a sack here, then Silling eventually gets taken down back at the 15-yard line. There's a timeout taken, and again, the Patriots have just been flying all over the field here tonight, and we've said Peterson's name a handful. We'll keep it here. Bodie's done a really good job getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, their pass rush has intensified here as the game has gone on. Got to get to the half here if you're a Raiders fan and try to just hold on to the football here, maybe try to get 5-10 yards, but if you go for a home run and it's incomplete, you're giving the ball back to a team that scored on their last couple of possessions with relative ease and a timeout.
1:09 remaining here in the first half. Mayport CG will have a timeout remaining. This is one where I'm sure you want to roll out Silling, give them that opportunity to run past Hoots if you're Maple River. Obviously, you don't want to throw an incompletion and give the Patriots a timeout yet to try to finish the half and also score. On the opposite side, if you're the Patriots, you bring in some pressure, or are you playing back a little bit here and trying to keep everything in front of you?
I think you're probably, if you're bringing pressure, it's max of 4, but you're playing zone so that Silling can't scramble with your back to the quarterback. You don't want to end up, just running with guys 40 yards down the field with the design of just trying to get the quarterback on the run. Probably a lot of eyeballs on 9 here, but they're probably just running the football.
Raiders will need to get to the 30-yard line for a first down. Mayport CG, as they've done for the night, 2 defensive linemen with kind of 2 outside backers that kind of are as defensive end spots. As Dow's will run out of bounds, and that's going to save the Patriots. That is about the best thing that could have happened if you're a Patriot fan. Dow sure gets a couple of yards, but Hoots, the biggest thing is they wanted to keep him in bounds if you're Maple River. Instead, that'll stop the clock.
They just invited him to run out of bounds there. But you bring that into play running a sweep. So the last thing you do after that timeout's taken is, hey, we're running sweep, but the idea is the first crease that you see, making sure you're putting your foot in the ground and you're getting upfield. Do not bounce it outside the numbers.
Instead, clock will stop here with 63 seconds remaining in the quarter, and now all of a sudden you will have a timeout remaining for the Patriots, and we'll see where they get the ball. Dow's has had a couple of nice punts tonight. He'll need another one here. This will angle right in front of us, take a Raider bounce. It's still a live ball, though. Beck picks it up at the 45-40, makes a man miss, jukes to the 30, and Beck gets taken down, but we have a flag at the 38-yard line. We've had a myriad of flags coming out, and the far sideline official about Chuck doing about 25 yards.
He threw a flag, sorry, for the opposite sideline. He wasn't exactly, as some coaches say, fishing in his own pond there, reffing the other sideline. That's interesting.
So the White Hat's going to talk it over here. It was a really smart play by Beck to pick the ball up because he did have a block in front of him. He made a guy miss, able to go from the 45 to the 29-yard line, so 16 yards on the return. Now it's just a matter of, is there multiple penalties? Are they offsetting? Or are they on the same team here, Hoots?
And likely, this is a live ball foul and a dead ball foul, so they would both be enforced.
If that's the case here, if you got holding, for example, then a personal foul penalty.
If they call that a dead ball late hit, it might have been an illegal blindside block, which then they would just take one of the two.
So here's the play call. So you got holding on the Patriots, 10 yards from the end of the run.
Yep.
And then a dead ball personal foul, also on the Patriots. So that's 25 yards of real estate. That's going to be tough there if you're Adam Sola.
And it's even more because it's 10 yards from the spot, not from the end of the play. So it's going to be more like 30 to 35 yards.
So all of a sudden now, got 6 penalties for about 60 yards here to keep marking them off, as this will come down. And they just keep walking it back. This is kind of like watching The Price is Right going opposite of the Mountain Man.
Yeah.
You're going down instead of up, so to speak. And that's will go all the way back to about
Did you want to hum that song for the
no,
fans? Or not?
No,
Okay,
thank you.
got it.
I'm not a
Good.
music guy unless I have my trumpet.
It's yodeling.
37-yard line upcoming here as the Raiders were forced to punt. This will be the 8th possession of the contest for the Patriots. They've had 4 in each quarter here, and this will be back again at the 38-yard line. This will be with 51 seconds remaining.
So 1 timeout, 51 seconds. Scored quickly in the last couple of possessions. They have a safety lined up here, Chase.
As we'll see what comes out of it right now. Handoff to Peterson. Peterson makes his way to about the 41-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 3. 7 carries for 65 yards.
Can I ask why the clock stopped?
I'm not sure why the clock stopped.
Okay. Still.
As it'll be now 2nd down and 7. 2 wide receivers, both left and right. Clean snap. Fugelberg has some time to throw. Steps up in the middle and almost potentially intercepted as he had bodies flying everywhere at midfield.
Yeah, I think it was 2 guys took interceptions away from each other there. I don't know if you could see a better angle than I could if that would have been caught or not. But
you had Dow's there, and also you had Trent Warren in on the opportunity. I think Warren went for the ball and then kind of cut Dow's off to try to get it.
Obviously, cleats are better than tennis shoes, but we are getting moisture on the grass now. Might see some more slips. We've had a couple here and there, but that's a big play that could go in a different direction if there's no slippage.
It does stop the clock here with the incompletion. Yep. Makes it 3rd down. They still got 1 timeout, and you get a 1st down or get out of bounds. It'll stop the clock again here, so you can try to run.
See a run here, yeah. Try to maybe get the 1st down via the run, and if you don't, the clock just runs out.
Fugelberg looking. Fugelberg might take off and run, but Fugelberg eventually gets taken down right at the line. As Owen Tickey, the sophomore, comes in, Fugelberg, that might potentially be, to your point, Hoots, the last play of the first half, unless you're Mayport CG and want to run one more play. Maybe
Coach
try
Fontaine
to
jumped out. Ooh.
Fontaine will call the timeout here with 7 seconds. And it's one of those interesting ones where maybe you force the Patriots to have to punt if they have a snap that goes over the head of a punter. Maybe you got enough time to maybe get one play. Hoots on the opposite side if you're the Patriots.
I don't know the rationale behind that one, really. I mean, because what you do now is now it's a free play. The half's going to end on a punt. You just drop your guy back and you chuck it as far as you can. And the Raiders have not defended the pass.
And I'm
sure there's some rationale. I'm interested to find out what it is.
And I'm curious if you're the Patriots, is this one where we've already seen one trick play in the book. Is there another trick play that you possibly do on a potential play like this with 7 seconds left? 4th down upcoming. If there's a quick incompletion or anything with 6 seconds, you'll get the ball back. But the Patriots are going to punt this football away. Fugelberg will go under center as DeBono will stand back at his 30. And Dowles will be back at his own 30. There's the clean snap. DeBono, end over end kick. Dowles will let this one roll. And if you're the Patriots, you just want this one to roll out the half, and that's exactly what will happen here as we finish the first half of play. On our City of Hope scoreboard, it's the Mayport CG Patriots 14, the Maple River Raiders 12. Halftime shows coming up next on your LiveEvent.com.
Homegrown local Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
So when they needed us, the call is answered.
We need to get the right protection to as many people as we can.
We need to protect as many as we can.
We will.
We don't give up. Get the right protection for your lifestyle. Go to IRIinsurance.com to get a free quote and consultation.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
High school football here tonight in Hope. It's 14-12 on your liveevent.com. Chase Miller, Nathan Hoots with you here. They're honoring the homecoming court for both clubs. For Hope Page, that again is for both schools in the Maple River School District. You got Bo Jacobson as the king. The queen is Kayla Schlofelt. Well, for Maple River, the king is T. Silling, and the queen is Addison Hanig here. Chase Miller, Nathan Hoots with you on yourliveevent.com. Let's recap our scoring action. T. Silling with a 6-yard rushing touchdown with 6:04 remaining in the second quarter. And then from there, you had a Coulter Peterson 46-yard rushing score with 4:51 left to play in the second. Fugelberg to Beck for the 2-point conversion made it 8-6 in favor of the Patriots. T. Silling would answer with a 58-yard rushing touchdown with 2:19 remaining in the half to make it 12-8. And then Fugelberg to Sosted on the ensuing play from scrimmage for the Patriots of 76 yards on a 14-12 contest. 2-point conversion was no good. Patriots and Raiders scoreless after one quarter. Mayport CG 14-12 out in front here. The Raiders drive chart: fumble, punt, 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 touchdown, fumble, touchdown, punt. Well, for the Patriots, interception, punt, 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 touchdown, downs. Then you eventually got to score again, TD, and the punt to finish it off. That's a look at the first half numbers. When we come back, we'll get Nathan Hoots' first half thoughts when we return on your liveevent.com.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley School Districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
Hey there, we're here
to invite you
to join First Community Credit Union.
FCCU is the proud partner of the University of North Dakota Athletics.
FCCU is here to coach you
through every financial play.
No turnovers.
Only buckets.
When you join FCCU,
you get the full UND experience. Enjoy our exclusive
UND credit and debit cards.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
High school football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. The Mayport CG Patriots with the advantage. Nathan Hoots, what are your first half thoughts so far here tonight in Hope, in a tale of two different quarters, if you will, all defense and a little more offense in the second?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like we talked about in the second quarter, I felt like I had a beat on the game early on, that it was going to be this defensive battle, and the first team to kind of blink defensively was going to probably lose the game. Two big-time turnovers on kick returns from Maple River has kind of been probably what's kept Mayport in it for the most part. But you can kind of start to see some momentum swinging in the direction of the Patriots here in the second quarter with those. They constantly are giving themselves chances, just whether or not they can capitalize on them. T-Selling individually in that first half, probably ran for a decent amount of yards, but they're not having as many opportunities presented to them offensively as Mayport has been.
And what are going to be some keys once you get to this adjustments here? A little bit longer of halftime, Hoot, so you can kind of maybe talk it over with your club a little bit more. What would be something you're talking about with both the Patriots and the Raiders?
I've been really impressed. I like the defensive game plan for the Raiders, the way that they were switching off that motion. Almost every single play for the Patriots come with some type of eye candy to try to get you to look somewhere you're not supposed to. Disciplined defense in that first half for the most part. It's just a matter of whether or not they can cover the receivers from Mayville. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing here in the second half. Can the Raider, DB, safeties, whatever, defend the receivers from the Patriots? And then on the other side of the ball, how many guys is it going to take to take down T-Silling? If it's more than one, he's going to be able to get positive yardage, keep those chains moving. There haven't been really terribly many long possessions. There's been, quick strike scoring or a turnover or a punt. There hasn't been any long sustained drives. So we'll see if maybe that changes here in the second half.
We're going to have an extended halftime here, so we will take another break. When we return, we'll take a look at the first half numbers and your out-of-town scoreboard. That's all still to come here tonight from Hope on homecoming night. It's high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hey, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip, while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hi, I'm Preston Ettinger with Lux Wealth Advisors in Mayville. At Lux Wealth Advisors, we believe financial planning is about more than numbers. It's about your future. We provide small town service with big company resources.
Hi, my name is Hunter Torgerson at Lux Wealth Advisors. As your neighbors, we understand the unique challenges you face.
Whether you're saving for your child's education, planning for retirement, or starting a business, we're here to help every step of the way.
With personalized strategies tailored just for you, we help turn your financial dreams into achievable goals. Lux Wealth Advisors, your trusted partner for a brighter financial future.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
Maple Valley Public School will begin the year with the completion of the building project, which added 14,500 square feet, housing a community fitness center, gymnasium, locker rooms, and a pre-K room. This addition will significantly enhance community opportunities by providing updated equipment and facilities. Maple Valley will also launch the Best in Class for our 4-year-old program this year. The Best in Class program includes curriculum, professional development, and resources to create learning environments for pre-kindergarten students.
Take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Lemoore Litchfield-Marion at the half leads Hankinson 44-8. Weimar Lidgewood over Tri-State at the half 28-7. Sargent County taking down Richland at the half 40-0. Bulldogs. Griggs Dakota 42-0 at the half against Enderlin. Here for some 9-man scores on the eastern side of the state. Take a look at Class A at the half. Kindred leads Ellendale Edgeley Column 14-0. Central Castle over Hillsborough Central Valley 34-0. Oaks 25-6 over Lisbon. And you have Northern Cass over Thompson 14-7. AA final number 1 ranked Grand Forks River 51-3 over Fargo South. That's a final. Also, West Fargo Horace defeats Grand Forks Central tonight 28-6. Devils Lake leads, actually tied with Wahpeton at 14 apiece. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. In AAA right now, Fargo Davies going to stay undefeated with a 35-6 lead at the half over Williston. Legacy all over Bismarck Century late in the fourth quarter, 35-13. And you have number 1 Bismarck and number 1 Minot tied at 14 apiece. That's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Hoots, some of the 9-man scores. Obviously, the Lobos keep on rolling here, and with Griggs Dakota defeating or leading Enderlin 42-0 at the half. This makes this game even more so important in terms of trying to pick up a win and trying to secure that number 2 spot here, as both the Patriots and the Raiders currently will have Enderlin on their schedule. And with the win for Griggs Dakota, if they hold on in the second half, they would improve to 3-0 in the region and essentially lock up the number 1 seed.
Yeah, this is, as those scores come in, just becomes more and more of a challenge here. This is exactly what you want, though. You're playing for pretty much a home field game or a home game in the first round of the playoffs, and you can't ask for much better than that. You'd like to think that both teams are, with the quality of play we've gotten to see here in the first half, they'll be able to play in the postseason, but it's a big-time deal being able to play a home game. Just there's not a whole lot of travel involved between Region 1 and Region 2. They're typically in the same region, so you're traveling maybe a couple hours max. But still, being able to play at home in front of your home crowd and on your turf is a big-time deal.
Maple River with 21 carries for 115 yards. Silling is 0 for 1 through the air. 15 rushes for 117 yards on the night so far here for Silling with a couple of touchdowns. Well, for the Mayport CG Patriots, currently with 144 yards of offense, 62 on the ground on 14 carries with 82 yards passing. Fugelberg is 3 of 7 for 82 yards with an interception. Peterson, 6 carries for 62 yards and a score. Fugelberg also does have a touchdown as well. Again, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. One team with 6 penalties. That's Mayport CG with 60 yards. Maple River 1 for 10 and a turnover apiece. Again, at the half, it's 14-12 Mayport CG. Second half action coming up next here on your liveevent.com.
Don't let your autumn project list fall to pieces. Make those projects fall into place with the help of Mayport Hardware. Tim, the project pro, and his team will make sure you get not just the right tool or part, they'll also give you the tips and tricks to tackle that list once and for all. Plus, they've got plenty of essentials for fall cleanup and a grill or two for those pregame cookouts. You've always got a lot more going for you at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
North Star Ag is your premier full-service short-line machinery dealer. Whether it's equipment sales, parts, or service, North Star Ag carries a full range of equipment from leading brands such as Meridian, Brandt, and Salford Valmar. The North Star team is here to help you year-round. Learn more at northstar-ag.com. That's northstar-ag.com. Or visit them at their Tower City facility. North Star Ag, committed to quality, committed to you.
By that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union Insurance agent in Hillsborough.
High school football tonight here in Hope as we get a little haze with maybe the burgers being grilled or the 1863 cannon going off a couple times. Either way, a little smoky situation here tonight. And we got a good football contest at 14-12 Mayport CG over Maple River. Hoots, what's the one thing the Patriots, what's the one thing the Raiders must do here to start this third quarter play? Because neither team has been up by 2 scores. It's been 1 possession, and we haven't been tied here. Outside of it was 6-6 quickly before Mayport CG got the 2-point conversion. So it was goose eggs early, a lot of offense in the second half with some explosive plays. What do both teams have to do?
Quarterback from Mayville's got to hit the open receivers, and somehow, some way, the Raiders either got to get to the quarterback in a hurry before he can find those guys or make an adjustment on the back end and cover those receivers a little better. That is, in my opinion, what's going to define this second half.
As Charlie will put this one on the tee here. McCulloch for the Maple River Raiders at the 40-yard line. And we're going to get this second half of action here in Hope underway. That is a line drive kick that'll make a roll at the 20-yard line. Picked up there for the Patriots, looking for the fake end around Beck. We'll see this one at the 30, 35. Beck gets to the 40. Thompson comes in on the tackle, but the Patriots have great starting field position.
It was a big-time tackle there by Jonah Thompson. He kind of put his feet in the ground, and thankfully ground didn't give out from underneath him, because otherwise it might have been a house call by you up there.
As you will see here for the Mayport CG Patriots, they will come out now. Ball will be spotted at their own 41-yard line. Their offensive line, again, the center of Caden Crawford here is the freshman Justin Verwest and Bodie Anderson on the outside. And we've seen a lot of spread with their tight end, halfbacks, and wide receivers here in the second quarter, now starting this third quarter play. Fugelberg in the shotgun, stands at the 41. Here comes the double pass with Dabano. Dabano is going to keep it now to the 45, get a block, and Dabano will make something for a first down for about 13 yards.
I think he had his guy wide open. He looked wide open, and he kind of got the why didn't you throw it to me look from the receiver down the field.
He was wide open.
Okay, yeah, just thank you for checking that off for me. Yeah, and maybe was it backwards? I'm in a bad angle here.
It was backwards.
Okay,
yep.
so the play was set up once again.
And we kind of mentioned that in the first half, right? It was wide open. Would you go back to it? And the answer is yes to start the second half of play.
Here's that five-man front they were talking about in the pregame.
As the Patriots will go under center with Fugelberg here. Fugelberg looking to pass the football here, then takes a knee, and he'll just slip, and that'll be a loss of 5 yards. So it'll be -5 here for Fugelberg.
They may have had a crossing tight end. The D-back slipped in coverage, but back safety made a pretty good play. He eventually got to the spot, so it's going to be interesting to see if one guy misses. They're going to be guys wide open. They are playing with a safety right now, which is a little more reassuring.
2nd and 15 handoff with Peterson. Peterson's the one who's broken the big tackle so far here today for the Patriots, and he will rumble his way for about 6 yards. He reminds me of a younger man's Tyler Roll back in the West Fargo Packer days.
I thought you were going to say Mike Allstott.
Oh,
but
well, that
yes,
too.
Tyler Roll. Good comparison right there. He ran with some really impressive determination right there to get the yards that he did.
So third down upcoming here as the Patriots opening possession of this second half. Will be a little pitch out, and then Peterson will make his way past the 40, and I think it's definitely fourth down, and you're going for it situation here with a gain of 5.
When he got to 2nd and 15 there, he thought he could run the ball twice, did Coach Sola, and he did that and put himself in a position where now they can either hammer it, get another first down, or pretty much everything is open now.
So fourth down upcoming here. Fugelberg
quarterback
will be on the near side. Dabano here again handles the punt, but he can also throw the football. There'll be trips near sideline, trying to see if he can get Maple River maybe out of position here. See what Dabano does. Dabano gonna roll, looking to pass, has a man in the flat, pops the pass, incomplete. Be incomplete. He did have one or two options there on the outside with Sawstead and also then with Schneider. Schneider was running a little bit of a curl with Sawstead with more of an out, and all of a sudden now will be a turnover on downs.
That was a really big play after getting gashed for a combined 13 yards on the previous 2 plays. For them to go spread and put a different guy at quarterback, dodged a big bullet there.
So 9:34 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Maple River Raiders will get the ball with one of the best starting field positions. Their best is at the 42, and now will be at the 40-yard line. Ball will be in between the hashes here as the Raiders will handle it. Once again, Dylan Zahn with Burnson and Ticky on the line here. Jonah Thompson, the tight end, twins to the left, one to the near sideline, as you have Silling in the shotgun. Mayport CG brings 3. Silling with the pass to the outside. Oh, what a find at Dow's. Give Dabano the tackle. Dow's with a gain of 7.
That was a combination of an amazing pass, a great catch, and virtually perfect pass defense. That was a really high-level play right there on the field.
As you'll see this be a 2nd down and 3 upcoming here. Ball will be at the far hash for the Mayport CG Patriots defense having to contest. And if you can get the passing game going here for Maple River Hoots, how does that kind of help if you're a Maple River fan?
Then the linebackers are taking a step forward or maybe 2 steps forward, which allows that, that secondary level, the 10 to 12-yard spot to be wide open.
As you will have it 2nd down upcoming here. Silling trying to get to the outside, and Silling will eventually get tackled, as it'll be a loss of about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, you can see those linebackers. They're just like, okay, you've made one. Did they have a completed pass in the first half?
No.
Okay, so that's the first time. So you can tell their coach is just like, no, we are selling out on the run. We will rely on our 3 guys that are staying deep to make sure that nothing beats us over the top, and these 6 guys up front have got to take care of Silling.
So 3rd down upcoming will be 3rd and 6, and I feel like every time we get to a 3rd and medium here, Hoots, I'm going to be saying it, if it's 4th and 2, 4th and 1, I feel like anywhere on the field it's go for it situation in this game.
I think you'll probably see some type of a run here, see if they can get it to 4th and 2. This popcorn is smelling really good behind me here. I got to help myself in a little bit.
As you'll have a 3rd down upcoming here for Maple River. They got to get to midfield at the 50 for the first. Option play on the read here. Silling breaks out of not 1 but 2 tackles, and Silling is going to be about a yard shy of where they're going to spot it on the far side.
Be interesting. I think, they're 5 games into the season, 5.5 games now. I believe they are yet to run some type of an actual quarterback sneak. And as a coach who called that probably way too often because they're giving you 3 free yards virtually every play, I think this would be a great time to break the first one out. Just keep the chains moving.
As you will see this now, 4th down, and it will be very short. 4th and a full 3 feet or 1 yard, however you want to count it. Patriots looking for a turnover on downs. Well, the Raiders looking to extend the possession here with a first. Silling fumbles the football, regains it.
I think he might have fumbled it far enough forward. Oh,
and they're going to call him right away on the spot. They're going to say he never got there. And now the official will come across on the far side, and they're going to have to spot the ball. But where the far official was, he was never at the 50. And it was close towards the 50. That's not going to be a spot, and it will be a turnover on downs. So the question is, when you fumble it, when you can regain the possession, Hoots, where was the arm and where was the knee down on the field? But the far official immediately called it pretty much right at the line.
Unfortunately, he did not do a great job of selling the spot. He stood on the sideline. As an official, you're taught to sprint in, sell the spot, whether it's right or wrong, and he did not do a very good job of that. Now, he may have been right, but I think he might have gotten a little more than where he was spotted.
So for the Mayport CG Patriots, this will be their 4th possession of the game that'll start in Raider territory here at the Raiders' 49-yard line. Fugelberg getting hounded. Fugelberg going to run right into Thompson, and Thompson's going to bear hug him down, and we got a flag back on the play.
It's a really late flag, so it's going to be an interesting call. Okay. No, just straight hold.
So it'll be a straight hold. They'll move it back 10 yards here and make it a 1st down and 20. The 7th penalty on the Patriots for 70 yards here tonight. Makes it 1st down and 20, upcoming with 6:57. This is very reminiscent here, Hoots, of the first quarter, right? A lot of defense early, some downs. We were talking about possession game and how do you kind of make sure you take care of the football and all that stuff. Well, now all of a sudden the 3rd quarter has kind of felt the same way here with this 3rd possession combined with these 2 teams.
Grinding to a halt here once again. But, you get upset if you're, coaching the offensive line. Hey, we got to stop holding, but the defensive line for the Raiders are putting the pressure on those linemen. They're sprinting by them, and the only thing that the team in white can do is grab on and hold on for dear life.
1st down and 10 upcoming here for the Mayport CG Patriots. Shotgun. This will go to DeBono, and DeBono's going to get met. They've tried that play a couple of times, and the Raiders have met it awfully well.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the only play they've really gone to when the motion man has crossed the face of the quarterback as the ball has come. The other times he's either gone all the way through or it's kind of been that half motion, and then they've ran a toss with a crack. So they got to have something outside of that play to run that'll probably catch him here later.
Brennan Anderson in on the tackle. Will be 2nd down and long. Motion man will be Sostek going left to right. Fugelberg in the gun. Fugelberg steps up, fires, throws. This one's going to be incomplete. And that'll make it now 3rd down and 18.
Things the Raiders have struggled against in the past couple of weeks, that motion into the wheel right there. They've had miscommunication. That's been the biggest issue with them this year. They've done a really nice job. I mentioned at halftime, they're passing off these motion men and then they're running with them. Brennan Anderson right there ran with that wheel all the way down the sideline. 3 weeks ago, that's a touchdown. Now they're starting to clean those things up and look better.
So it's going to be 3rd down upcoming here for the Patriots as they will need to get to the Raider about 39-yard line for the first. Raiders bringing 4. Fugelberg steps up, fires, looking for DeBono down the field, and that's going to be caught at the 20 and hauled in. There's a gain of nearly 40 yards.
That was an excellent play on the ball there by DeBono. He did an excellent job of going up and high-pointing it. Just took the ball right away from number 5 there.
DeBono with his 3rd catch of the night. He'll have 35 yards. Fugelberg with a huge pass completion here to keep the chains moving.
But also kudos to the offensive line of the Patriots. They gave him plenty of time. He kind of went through his reads and then came back down there and finished it off.
121 yards passing now for Fugelberg as the Patriots are in the red zone here. Under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Handoff, Cutler, Peterson, and there's one up high and one down low. That's how you gang tackle a little bit there with Anderson and Silling.
Really well done. He stuck him, didn't take him down. Anderson didn't take him down, but he held on and stood him up and then allowed the help to come, and they've done a really nice job. I mean, between Brennan Anderson and Jonah Thompson, they've done a really good job of making tackles in the open field tonight.
Peterson, 10 carries, 76 yards on the play. The Mayport CG Patriots can get a first down at the 9-yard line here. It's their second possession, that is, of the third quarter. Little tight wishbone here. Play action looking for Dabano down the field. He's covered. It's a home run play. And oh, what a good defensive play in the backfield on the way there for the Maple River Raiders with Trent Warren. He was giving up some sides to Dabano and timed it perfectly, Hoots.
That was great. He was beat, but he turned his head. He made a play on the ball, and as soon as the ball was in the hands of the receiver, he raked it straight down and knocked it out. That's all you can do when you're giving up the size and the athleticism and speed that he's given up. That was played beautifully.
Third down upcoming now for the Patriots, as they will be again at the Raiders' 20-yard line. As they will come out here. 4 in the backfield, 3 more in that shotgun with Fugelberg. Motion man going left to right is Anderson. High snap handoff goes to Peterson, and Peterson's going to get tackled for a loss of about 1.
Real good pursuit there, but a little bit of a mis-exchange there, it appeared, between the quarterback and the running back. Kind of threw things off. And any type of a shotgun snap that results in any type of mishandling, a lot of times it's going to end up some type of a loss.
We did see in warm-ups, we did see their kicker at particular times here, making them from about 30. 40 is out of his range, but if this was at the 15, Hoots, I would say we might see a kick.
Coach Sola said, we get to practice it, but we've never had an opportunity in a game. This might be, and sometimes, it's really wide hashes in high school too.
Regardless, it'll be 4th down here. Another play action. Fugelberg time, fires, throws. This one is going to be incomplete, but a flag coming in as they were looking for Beck. And the Trent Warren might have get called for a little bit of a hold there as the ball was floated up in the air. They were trying to get Beck to run underneath it, and Warren might have impeded the wide receiver from going where he wanted to go. And if that's the case, Hoots,
they've
got to talk it over.
In general, maybe it is a pass interference. They have let a lot of contact go downfield, which is great. I love to watch players play, but, he's made 2 good plays on the ball. It's unfortunate that they're probably going to get him for it here.
That's the case. The Mayport CG Patriots lead it right now by 2. We'll see what the penalty is again, because the ball was spotted at the 21-yard line.
Did you catch what he just indicated?
I did not get the indication, but they're going to do half a distance to the goal, and it's still 4th down. So ball is at the 21. So ball should be about the 10.5-yard line here. Be the second penalty on Maple River. Second penalty for now 20 yards here. Still a 4th down situation, but be about 4th and a long 2.5, 3. So Maple River looking to make a stick. Patriots trying to get a second chance opportunity and make it count. Fugelberg, quick little pass. It'll be incomplete. On the outside, you look like you had a couple of curls. No one was going on a quick slant or an out, and it'll be a turnover on downs regardless.
I think if he could have that play back, he'd like it. He had them. He had them open. He had a couple guys open on this side. I think he just didn't quite have the throw that he wanted.
So with 4:14 remaining here in the third quarter, the Raiders will get the ball back for the second time here of this third quarter. It'll be at their own 11-yard line. And here's very reminiscent here, Hoots. The Raiders haven't necessarily had the starting field position of the Patriots tonight, but they're still only down by 2. But that's still a big stand for the Raiders defense. And for the Patriots, you'll take it in terms of where you're giving the Raiders the ball.
Yeah, you have the lead. If you're down 14-12, you're probably pretty upset. But, up 14-12, we can play this field position game again.
Silling under center, a little bobsled play as he tries to get blockers on in front of him. Now he's going to make a cutback. Silling gets to the 20. Silling near sideline 25, stiff arms a man. Silling to the 30, breaks the tackle 40. At the numbers 50, into Patriot territory, making his way to the 40-yard line and spins out of bounds at about the 32-yard line.
We just do all of that talking about field position and all that, and then it takes one little cutback in 9-man football and everything changes.
As that one is going to go for about 57 yards on the play, make it 56 yards there for Silling.
And you got to give credit to Silling on the individual play, but the Patriots were in great position, but you just cannot fill all of the cutback lanes in 9-man football. There's not enough people out here, and you make one guy miss, you find one little cutback, and then you stiff arm a guy that's supposed to have that contained, and he did a good job. He just got flat out beat.
That's the thing that you kind of alluded to, right? Silling saw the wash come and said, I'm going to hit the spin cycle the other way.
It's like the outside zone run play in the NFL. If you find one little gap, you can bust it.
First down and 10. McCaffrey loves that play, by the way, if he's healthy. This one goes to the outside. Dow's trying to get to the numbers, and Dow's will break not one, but eventually will get taken down on the second. Dabano had first crack. Beck will bring him down. If Dow's gets by Beck, that's a good chunk of yards. Instead, it's a tackle for a loss.
And Dabano's probably kicking himself. He should have made that play. But what he did was he forced the play to continue to get strung out, which allowed more and more help to come and make the play.
So you got second down upcoming here for the Maple River Raiders. Ball will be spotted again at the 36-yard line of the Mayport CG Patriots. Both teams with all 3 timeouts here in this second half. In a football game that feels like if you win, you got the inside track of at least hosting a playoff game. If you lose, then it's must-win situation to try to make the playoffs here for both of these clubs the next couple of weeks. Second down and 12. Silling, high snap. Will take it. Silling trying to get to the outside 35, and Silling will make his way to the 30-yard line. And on the tackle is Corbin Schreiner.
Did a nice job there. He could have tried to get the home run and pop it all the way to the outside and risk the possibility of losing 3 or 4 yards, but he just kind of took his medicine, put his right foot in the ground, got upfield, and got his 5 or 6. Now, once again, we were in that same exact situation. We got that third and medium. How aggressive are you on this third down? You want to make sure that you have a fourth and less than what you have right now. Interesting play call coming.
20 carries for 182 yards here tonight for Silling and 2 touchdowns. This, without question, is fourth and you're going for it territory here for the Raiders. Mayport CG trying to make a stick defensively here and try to get a turnover on downs before it gets into that red zone. Shotgun formation, Twins right, 1 left. Patriots kind of playing what the Raiders defense is. No safety over the top. We're going across the board. They fake the jet. Silling breaks out of a couple tackles, and Silling's loose. Silling to the 10, 5, touchdown, Raiders. Tace Silling with a hat trick. It's his 29th yard rushing touchdown here for Silling. Homecoming king into the end zone.
You had a better angle than I did. Unfortunately, all I got to see was him sprinting down the sideline, but another individual play, and they're blocking really, really well up front, giving him just one opportunity. That's all he wants is one little seam that he can find, and he's doing a good job of exploiting it.
211 yards, 3 touchdowns for the homecoming king from the Maple Valley School District. Bo Jacobson, the homecoming king here for the Hope Page School District, and the ever-important 2-point conversion here, Hoots.
They ran a really fun little reverse counter first touchdown last week against Richland. Be interesting to see if they have something up their sleeve here.
They get the 2-point conversion. It's a 6-point game. Silling looking to throw the football. He's got a man. Dow's, does he keep a foot in? He does! Dow's tiptoes the far sideline for the 2-point conversion, and it's a new score. 1:59 remaining in the third on the City Hope scoreboard. Maple River leads it by 6.
Parenting is hard for all of us. And so providing those little resources that we can share for those conversations that are hard to have, and to kind of be that icebreaker for both professionals, parents, and then open up that conversation to the more engaging conversation that's needing to be had.
Being a parent myself, oftentimes it's the simple things that make a difference.
As a busy parent myself, just engaging with your kids, making it an everyday thing so they know that you're there, they can always come to you when those difficult situations do arise.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsboro for more information.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of. where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
20-14 here, the Mayport CG Patriots getting ready to get the ball back here. As Charlie puts this one on the ground, it's a live ball. Ball's at the 40-yard line, and Fugelberg able to hop on that one quickly. Sometimes those kicks that aren't onside kicks almost work as onside kicks, which is a tongue twister, Hoots.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes you just got to drill it at a guy and say, catch it, I dare you. And, you know, those are accidental. And, you know, that happens in nine-man football. You don't get all the time in the world to work on your specialists. You don't have many specialists where they just do the kicking and punting. So when you can fit it in, you do. And those that have really good kicking teams, you know, they really stand out.
Mayport CG will come out. Shotgun formation. They're looking for the reverse. This one's going to get blown up in the backfield as it immediately hits the ground. And for the Mayport CG Patriots, they did a good job there of minimizing the damage to a loss of about 7 yards.
Yeah, and I think even if that, I assume it was going to be a reverse, was executed, they had a lot of blue jerseys in the backfield. Probably would have ended up just as bad as it is right now.
As Cross Kitchen will get minus 7 yards on the play as we getting ready. 2nd and 17 here. Shotgun formation for Fugelberg. Fugelberg will be in the gun. Maple River rushes for. Fugelberg gets the ball up before he's hit, and that one's going to be incomplete at the 36-yard line. Sosted had it at the 35 as it hit him, but it will be incomplete and make it 3rd down and long. Nice pass by Fugelberg on the far side. Just couldn't do much, anything better with it. The pocket collapse. He absorbs the hit there. Hoots. Sosted had a chance at it. Now it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was a tremendous throw and a really good coverage. As soon as he turned his head, he made a good play on the ball.
3rd down upcoming here. They need to get to about the Raider 49 for the first. Dabano goes in motion left to right. Fugelberg with an option here, looking for a man down the near side, and that'll be over the outstretched hands of the intended wide receiver in Kitchen.
We'll probably see our first punt here from Mayport here in the second half, would be my guess.
Brings up a 4th down upcoming here for the Patriots.
Interesting to see how much Dabano has in the tank right here. He has just run back-to-back, you know, burning 40-yard sprints down the field. And he definitely took his time getting back into the backfield to see if he's got anything in the tank.
So Dabano looking to punt this ball away, does. Good end over end kick. Dowles will be fortunate to get on that football at about the 31-yard line.
That was a big risk, big reward play right there by Preston Dowles. If he does not field that ball, 2 things negatively happen. The ball's probably rolling inside the 10 if he doesn't touch it, or it ricochets off of him and goes forward and ends up probably in a Patriots' hand. So that was a big-time play right here by him. He's probably saved his team 20 yards and possession.
Ball will be at the 32-yard line here for Maple River. So far, 2 turnover on downs and a punt in the quarter for Mayport CG. Downs and a touchdown here for Maple River. Maple River Raiders lead it by 6 here with 1:04 left in the 3rd quarter. Chase Miller alongside Nathan Hoots and Keith helping us out tonight here running camera. 1st and 10, Maple River. And what is a must-stop kind of possession here for the Patriots, not looking to get down by 2 scores. Handoff, this comes up the middle and going nowhere. The 2 defensive linemen in both Peterson and Verwes just kind of smothering Dowes on that particular play.
It'd be interesting to see, are they going to morph into clock grinding mode here, like, you know, your 4-minute offense where you want to try to get a couple first downs? Are they going to continue to be aggressive? Is it going to continue to be, you know, play fakes and silling runs? You know, what are they going to do here?
I can run one more play if it's not going out of bounds or an incompletion. The quarter would go to the 4th.
Probably like not to be punting to begin the 4th quarter, so it'd be a good thing if they could somehow keep this ball in bounds.
Silling, high snap. Silling's going to keep it, gets to the 35-yard line. Silling has a crease. Silling to the 50, and Silling trying to run over Patriot defenders as he gets into Mayport CG territory. We'll see where they mark it. Ball is at the 32, and they're going to mark him all the way to the 34-yard line.
Hey, Chase, have you ever watched a toddler like in spring in his mud boots and he cannot avoid the puddles. He has to go and he's got to splash in the puddles. T could have probably, taken 5 or 6 yards and then ran out of bounds. Instead, he veered back into field of play, found that puddle and stomped on it and tried to get that extra yardage. He's like a toddler trying to splash through puddles. When he sees someone that he can run over, he's got to do it.
244 yards for Silling on 22 carries and 3 touchdowns as well. 10 seconds as he gets the first down and goes out of bounds. Silling, little wishbone formation here. Anderson and Dowse dot the I. Dowse will get it here. Dowse gets his way to about the 31-yard line for a gain of about 3 to about 4 yards here, and that's how we'll end this third quarter of play. So Dowse 6 carries now for 17 yards after 3 quarters here in Hope. It's 20-14 Raiders on your liveevent.com.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and SeedX sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
High school football here today on yourliveevent.com. A fresh 12 minutes go on the clock here. Both teams again with all 3 timeouts in this second half of play. And what is now kind of becoming one of those possessions where if you're Maple River, you get up by 2 scores. Is that enough here against the Patriots? If you're Mayport CG here, you just want to find a way to keep the Raiders out of the end zone.
Yeah, do whatever you possibly can. Try to turn the ball over. It's become, you don't want to say clock control quite yet, but, every first down you're going, geez, that's another minute and a half to 2 minutes we can take off the clock.
Raiders with Silling. Silling gets the first down here, and then will slide and bounce at about the 20.
Well, he definitely was down in bounds, but
it'll be a first down. And that's a nice gain here for Silling for about 10 yards, maybe 11. So it will be 11 yards. So 2:56 here makes it first down and 10 for Maple Rivers. They will now be in the red zone.
It was a very heads-up play by T. Silling there. He slid while he was in bounds and continued to slide out of bounds, but was then called out of bounds. But heads-up play there, trying to get out, stay in bounds, keep that clock running.
First down upcoming here for Maple River. Silling, keeper, and Silling gets to about the 16-yard line for a gain of 4.
I think you're going to see 10 to 12 T. Silling carries here in this fourth quarter to try to keep that clock running. Unless they find something here with someone else, I think anything other than that is probably going to be something that the Patriot fans will be smiling about.
Well, so far, Silling with 24 carries. Everybody else for the Raiders with 9.
Yeah.
And Silling is 0 for 2, make that 1 of 2 through the air.
Yeah, just keep pounding, get 3-4 yards every time, keep the clock moving, see if you can finish the possession.
Second down upcoming here for the Raiders. They'll come out wishbone formation. And Silling looks at that back official every time before that hand comes up before he wants to hike this football. It's going to be a little fullback trap play by Anderson. Patriots are ready for it. He gets about a yard or 2 to Bono in on the tackle.
Okay, positive momentum, that's all right. Get moving forward, but great defensive play there. A lot of hats around the ball by Mayport. They were not fooled by the quick dive. A lot of times that can get you 3 yards before the defense realizes what's going on and what happened because he hits the hole so hard. Did a good job of gap integrity there.
And you're going to want to make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We'll hear from a victorious player, possibly coach, that and more, all still to come once we get to the conclusion of this one. Regardless, someone's picking up a region win and getting one step closer to trying to be at least the number 2 seed going to the playoffs from this region. And Silling just kind of looks and says, that was all out of sorts to begin with as Anderson was coming in, and all of a sudden that's a loss for 7 yards.
Kind of looked like the motion either came too late or wasn't supposed to come in the at all. Now it's a really, really big play in the game right here.
So under 10 minutes to play. One thing that Silling did there, not try to make something out of nothing, right? So you keep turning the clock about another 35, 40 seconds. But if you're the Patriots, it makes a 3rd and 4. It's all of a sudden now a 4th and 11.
Yeah, now you're probably trying to throw the ball here, but everybody on the field knows that, so they're probably not going to get caught off guard if someone sneaks down the seam.
Mayport CG's in a good job in pursuit here of tonight, and the pursuit they got to try to continue is with number 9. Tilly Silling gets to the 20, has a crease. T. Silling has his 4th rushing touchdown of the evening. It goes 21 yards for a score.
That was really, really well blocked by the Raider offensive line right there. They created a seam on a 4th and 11 that should not score at this time of the game. But execution was off the charts right there by Blue.
Silling with a 21-yard rushing touchdown. It is now a 2-possession contest here, and the 2-point conversion upcoming to make it a 14-point game. Still, if you're the Patriots, though, Hoots, you got all 3 timeouts left, so there's still a lot of clock. But it kind of gets into a must-score situation now.
Both teams got to control their emotions on this play. This is a really big 2-point conversion right here.
Trying to get up by 2 complete touchdowns with 2 extra points, even though we don't really talk about extra points in 9-man football. Trips will go to the near sideline here. Silling will be in the shotgun, and that should have been a false start potentially. Nothing was called. Everybody kind of stood and looked. And there's no penalty on the play, so that goes for the Mayport CG Patriots. So no penalty, and it's a new score, however. The Raiders do score 6 with 9:25 remaining here in the 4th on your liveevent.com.
Hands on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
For the Maple River Raiders, able to chew up 3 minutes and 39 seconds, a drive that goes 68 yards, and T. Silling with his 4th rushing touchdown of the contest here for the Raiders as they will put the ball on the tee at the 4-yard line here with Charlie McCullough as the Mayport CG Patriots will get the ball back here, trailing it by 12. Here's a line drive kick. Beck will see this one and pick it up at the 19. Beck getting to the 25 to the numbers. Now in between the hashes, 40 has a crease. Look at Beck go. Beck's trying to go 80 yards on a kickoff return. There's no flags, and Beck with a house call, and it's back to a 1-possession game. A kickoff return TD for a touchdown, the first score for the Patriots in the second half, and it couldn't came at a better time.
Yeah, you could just see the backside, a lot of guys sucked into the middle, and if you have anybody that doesn't stay in their line in 9-man football and specials, it could be bad news. It was right there.
So Beck is able to get the house call there for about 81 yards and a 2-point conversion upcoming here to try to make it 4 points. So the Patriots will come out tight formation. Fugelberg will go under center here. Peterson dots the I. Play action looking for DeBono. DeBono's got it for the 2-point conversion. Fugelberg to Dabano. New score on the City Hope scoreboard. It's 26-24 Raiders here on your liveevent.com.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
High school football here tonight on yourliveevent.com. Maple River 26, Mayport CG 22, and very similar to what we had in the first quarter happened in the third quarter, Hoots, and very similar to the second quarter is now happening in the fourth quarter, where it is a back and forth kind of a matchup where you feel like one team's got momentum and then boom, the other team makes a play and gets it right back.
Kind of feels like the first and third quarters just kind of feeling out periods. Hey, what are you going to do? Okay, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to do this. And then in the fourth quarter, they start throwing haymakers. The momentum was completely on the Raiders' side just 2 minutes ago, and now it has flipped 180 degrees.
Dabano puts this one on the tee. Maple River will see this one at about the 12-yard line here with Peyton Dowse. Dowse gets to the 30, and Dowse gets taken out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and that's where Maple River will start with the football. 12th possession of the game for the Raiders here, their fourth of the second half.
But, hey, no fumble there, so that's a positive. Unfortunately, there's been two that's happened thus far, but, just need possession. And once again, hey, it's the exact same situation the Raiders were in and the Patriots are in just 2 minutes ago. Can the Patriots stop the running game here of the Raiders? And, I wonder how many yards you got to get. Make sure it's a, 4-down territory. We're not really sure. Punting game hasn't been really a factor here in the third quarter, second half, I guess, here for the Raiders. So try to get positive yards every down and see what you got on fourth.
First down and 10 here for Maple River. They got 70 yards in front of them to try to get to the end zone. If they do, it's back to a two-possession game. If they don't, Mayport CG will have a chance to go for the win then on the offensive side of the football. Shotgun, Silling looking for a little daylight. Hops over a man, hurdles him. Now he's at the 40. Near sideline, Silling at the 45, and Silling will go inbounds at the 46-yard line. So he will slide and bounce again here, Hooch. The clock will stop once they do the chain gang, but then it's a matter of did he slide inbounds enough to keep the clock moving once they reset it.
Yep, they're winding it, so away we go. He's done a good job here, T has, in the second half of kind of looking at that ref, waiting for that hand to go up. Then he gets into his cadence, and that probably gets her under 5 seconds every time. You're looking at 35 seconds off the clock every single time. If you can continue to move the ball forward, that's a really good plan. If you end up, having any type of a negative play, though, then the script flips.
269 for rushing yards here for T. Silling. First and 10. Motion man is Anderson going left to right. Silling. So we're looking for that kick out, and Dabano does a good job also getting there again as Peterson and Verwest. It does get a couple of yards. And Maple River will see about a gain of about 2.5.
Yeah, a couple good blocks inside there, but a lot of hats on the ball there for Mayville. Just made it really, really difficult to get anything too positive.
Second down upcoming here. And if you're Mayville, obviously the Captain Obvious comment here is you're going for a strip of the football, right? Yep. You want to get the ball back. But at the same point, you don't want to go for a football and not bring the guy T. Silling down and you can go for a touchdown.
Yeah, you want to jeopardize the possibility of holding him up for someone else to come and take care of business. Don't try to be a hero. Do your job. See if you can push him back here on second down.
Silling under center. I formation. Silling trying to bounce to the outside here. Silling gets to midfield, picks up a block at the 45-40, and there's a flag. It was right in front of you there, Hoots.
It wasn't a horse collar. It looked like it could have been a horse collar, but he didn't. It was just kind of a funky tackle, but it looks like we may have had a second flag as well.
All right, now it's about a gain of 11.
Thing is, did the head official see the same thing? Yep.
It will be coming inside the jersey with that horse collar there, so they're going to call it. And so add the penalty yardage here on top of the rushing yardage.
See, the hand didn't get inside of the jersey, inside of the shoulder pads, but it was such a funky-looking tackle that he kind of got bent backwards in a way that definitely simulated it. As a coach, I would have absolutely been asking for it, so asking very politely, obviously. using my manners.
8 penalties, 85 yards for the Patriots, 2 for 20 for Maple River. Brings up now a first down upcoming here for the Raiders at the Patriots' 25-yard line. And that real estate of yardage gets him 15 yards closer to trying to get in that end zone. Wishbone formation, Silling hands it off. This one will go to Dowse. Dowse weaving his way before Bodie Peterson. It's for a tackle, but it is for a gain of 2.
Yep, just keep that clock moving. This is Brandon Anderson's been kind of their downhill power back a lot of the times this year. It'd be nice to see him get a carry outside of those little dives and see if he can run a couple, tough kids over here. One negative play is all the Patriots need here. Move them back, get them behind the chains, try to make them play, 3rd and long here. And they are very, very capable with athletes all over the field.
And the question, if you're a Maple River, do you dare to throw? We've seen only 2 passes tonight, once in the first and once in the second half.
Yeah, if they didn't throw it on 4th and 11, they're not throwing the ball here.
Second down upcoming for Maple River. A little high snap. Silling gets a little bit of a lane. Silling drags the pile to about the 21-yard line. Good tackle from the Mayport CG Patriots on the play, but it is for a gain, again, of a couple more yards. The tackle will be by Sam Weaver.
Starting to hear the tick, 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 and if they can get 2 or 3 yards here, they're going to start to feel pretty good about their chances. I think you got to have, 4, 5 sets of eyeballs on 9 here. If you're going to get beat, you can go say, all right, they beat us with a secondary option. You do not want to get beat by a team's primary option right here.
3rd down upcoming for Maple River. Need about the 16 for the first. Silling in the shotgun. Going to keep it. Silling has a lane. Silling gets to the 15, and that should be enough for the first down.
That was well done. Every time they go short motion rather than motion all the way across, they seem to run it back from where the motion came, if that makes sense. Anytime that Anderson motions all the way across, then we kind of get into bobsled territory, and they run that, they want to get as many hats out in front. But if he kind of short motions and stops, then it's usually that counter play. But anything to keep the ball in between the numbers. If I'm, Fontaine right now, I'm telling T, whoever has the ball, don't even try to run outside the numbers. Keep everything as condensed and tight as possible here.
And this is the old triple option, 3 yards in a cloud of dust without the option, right?
Service Academy all day long right here.
First down and 10. By the way, Army and Navy 6-0 combined on the season. First down and 10 upcoming here for Maple River. Silling will handle it as he looks again at the back official until that gets to about that 5 seconds on the play clock. Silling gets the outside. Silling at the 15-yard line to the numbers 10. Stiff arms the man. Silling at the 5. He gets pushed out of bounds, but it's enough, it looks like, for another first down.
There's a lot of emotion after that play right there from several Raiders players. This is a big-time game. This is a big-time moment right here. First and goal from the 5. This is where 9-man disadvantages are a little bit less. It's not as big of a deal playing defense when you're this condensed. Okay, now we're just playing football. We got to block, we got to tackle. When you get into the open field, that's when, all of that space comes into play. The space is so much more condensed. We're playing on a 15-yard field right now. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
If you're Mayport CG, the only good thing about that play is it went out of bounds.
Yep,
it'll be
absolutely.
First and goal. Silling brought his lunch pail. 31 carries for 302 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Now we're going to see 4 or less here from them right now.
As Silling comes under center, fakes the pitch, trying to keep it on the outside on the naked boot. Silling gets the 10. Good pursuit by the Patriots. Silling, though, breaks a tackle, and he's in for a touchdown. T. Silling does it again. How do you do? Silling with a house call.
It's a gutsy play. I don't know how deep he got, but I bet he went almost back to the 15-yard line when that ball was snapped at the 5, and you're thinking, please don't lose too many yards here if you're a Raiders fan. And that was just an outstanding play. But it was a good sell. They sold the bobsled that they've ran all year long, and that's one of the first naked boots we've seen all year long, and you save those plays for situations like this.
4:33 remaining. Silling did have to make a man miss, and then once he did that at about the 10-yard line, he was in the end zone for that 5-yard rushing touchdown. Now to try to make
big one.
Now to try to make it a 12-point game here with a 2-point conversion. Silling with Dowse to his right. Motion man goes Anderson. High snap that's going to go over Silling, and Silling will just get on the ball, and that'll negate the 2-point opportunity. Regardless, Silling has a rushing touchdown of 6 yards, of 58 yards, 29 yards, 21, and now of 5 yards. T. Silling with 5 rushing touchdowns as Maple River leads it 32-22 here in the fourth quarter.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
70 yards on the drive. That takes 4 minutes and 33 seconds of game action here. And for the Mayport CG Patriots, they've seen Maple River here. Downs, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown on the drive chart. Well, Patriots, it's been downs, downs, punt, and it's been a special teams touchdown to Beck the last time the Raiders were in this position. Regardless, Maple River took time off the clock, gets the lead. However, we're back to still 3 timeout suits. It's still a 2-possession game. Yep. And again, an explosive play or two. The Patriots can have a chance of an onside 3 and out and get the ball back.
Yeah, kick the ball on the ground. That's step 1 right here. Do not kick the ball in the air. Kick the ball on the ground. Let your defense do what they've done all game long. They've held them to 2 offensive touchdowns.
Here's a end-over-end kick. Who's going to grab it? Beck will grab it at the 24-yard line. Beck gets to the 35, makes a man miss. Beck trying to get another block, gets the numbers 40. Back to the 45, cutting back inside, and Beck will get to midfield, and that's where the Patriots will start with the football. So great starting field position upcoming for Mayport CG.
Got a big pile up of players over here trying to pull each other off. Hopefully everybody's all right.
4:21 remaining. Both teams with all of their complimentary timeouts here in this second half. But if you're Mayport CG, Hoots, we did see in the second quarter, they went to a little sugar no huddle, took a couple plays, about 1:10 off the clock, very similar spot of where they had it. They scored a touchdown in about 4 or 5 plays. They need that kind of a drive now.
Yeah, not a lot of teams can go as quick as Mayville has here in these first couple of quarters when they want to. You'd think they'd be able to even dial it up a little more.
So 1st down and 10 upcoming for the Patriots. Motion man will be DeBono to the near side here. Fugelberg, about 4 guys running down the middle, and this will be incomplete and almost intercepted. 1, it was open to Sosted, and 2, that was nearly picked by Warren.
Yeah, that was good coverage all the way around. I'd be interested to see. Every time they bring, DeBono in motion there, he always runs that wheel route. I wonder if he has got anything else, up their sleeve here that could cause some problems. If he runs a wheel and turns it into an in or something a little bit different, because you can see whoever's running with him is just taking that big, steep angle to make sure they don't get beat deep.
6 of 15 so far for 121 yards, a pick and a touchdown here for Fugelberg through the air. 2nd and 10. Fugelberg looking, has DeBono one-on-one, but 2 guys are in the vicinity, and that's going to be caught. It doesn't matter. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mayport CG. A little ricochet on a Friday night. Keaton Sosted able to bring it into the end zone and give the hockey assist to DeBono.
Yeah, that was quite the concentration that took right there. That was impressive. That was a great throw. And then, athletes just making plays there, keeping focused on the ball.
Sosted with a receiving touchdown of 76 yards and 50 yards. If we were playing fantasy 9-man football, I'd take him.
Yeah, he would be an early draft pick, that's for sure.
2 touchdowns here tonight.
I'd take someone else first on this field, but
126 yards. And now it's a 2-point conversion. Well, we spoke it into existence, Hoots. You needed a quick score. They got it.
No kidding.
And now all of a sudden, the 2-point conversion here to make it a 2-point game. Handoff, Coulter going up the middle. Is he in? Yes, sir. It's a 2-point conversion, and the Patriots are back within 2. These teams are trading punches on homecoming night here in Hope. Didn't take too long for the Patriots' new score. Maple River leads it 32-30 on the City of Hope scoreboard.
Hi, I'm Preston Ettinger with Lux Wealth Advisors in Mayville. At Lux Wealth Advisors, we believe financial planning is about more than numbers. It's about your future. We provide small town service with big company resources.
Hi, my name is Hunter Torgerson at Lux Wealth Advisors. As your neighbors, we understand the unique challenges you face.
Whether you're saving for your child's education, planning for retirement, or starting a business, we're here to help every step of the way.
With personalized strategies tailored just for you, we help turn your financial dreams into achievable goals. Lux Wealth Advisors, Advisors, your trusted partner for a brighter financial future.
Oh, this kind of had that feeling coming into tonight of a postseason kind of affair, knowing that what's at stake, a home playoff game. If you win, you're in the driver's seat to get there. If you lose, then all of a sudden you're in a spot where you probably need to win. If you're Mayport CG, your last 2 games against Enderlin and Richland to get into the playoffs. If you're Maple River, you would need to beat Enderlin to get into the playoffs in 2 weeks from now, as they have a non-region contest with Hankinson next. And this is coming right down to the wire. 32-30. Bono puts this one on the tee, and it's absolutely hammered to Dowse at the 8-yard line. Dowse at the 20. Dowse has a crease, 25-30. Dowse to the near sideline. Dowse is going to run at the 50. Dowse gets taken out of bounds then by the kicker to Bono at the 45.
That was a really big momentum flipper there, and I know I've used that phrase probably 37 times tonight, but special teams, and it's been big plays all game long tonight.
For the first time this evening, Maple River will start in Mayport CG territory. First down and 10, 3:55 remaining here on the City of Hope scoreboard. 3 timeouts all around the world for both Mayport CG and Maple River. As Hoot said when we went to break, there's a lot of game left.
Yeah, there really is, and it's going to be interesting. Now we get to watch coaches, clock management. It's a lot of fun to be able to criticize coaches on the TV that struggle with clock management. It's tough when you're at this level, being able to do all that math by yourself.
Silling, another high snap, able to get it. Silling gets the 45, and Silling gets taken down at about the 42-yard line on the play. Cody Fugelberg in on the tackle, but not before Silling gets about 4 yards. But tell you what, right now, Dylan's on snaps to Silling. Those have been interesting the last about 2 possessions.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it from up there. There's like a sheer covering to this field right now. It's getting slick, and so is the ball. The ball is going to be wet. Now, at least all of his misses have been the same. They've all been high, so that's an easy little switch. Or T can be ready. Okay, hey, everyone's coming high. I know that as soon as I snap it, I got to be ready to get up in the air. And thankfully, he's 6'3" and an athlete.
On the other part, if you're Coach Solo, when do you start burning the timeouts here? Obviously, if there's a first down by Maple River, that's a better snap. Silling gets the outside, picks up a block, gets the numbers, 40-yard line. Silling to the 35, and Silling looks like he will go out of bounds, but it is a fresh set of downs here, Hoots, for another
yard. You can
yard.
forgive going out of bounds if you need to get those couple extra yards to get that first down. That's perfectly fine. That was a lot of really high-quality blocks over here on the edge. Preston Dowse got on the outside, made a good seal block, and just allowed him to get that edge.
Silling with 355 yards on the ground here tonight, 5 touchdowns on 34 carries.
He's going to need an ice bath.
First down and 10 and some grub, as we'll have it first and 10 upcoming here for the Raiders, as they will go now to an I formation. And this is kind of that bobsled play, right? You get the halfback, fullback, the wingback out in front. We'll see if it happens. Yes, it is. Here's the bobsled play. They bring everybody out to the outside, trying to get to the boundary. Silling to the 25, 20. Silling then will slide and give himself up at about the 17. And that should be enough for the first, or it'll be about a half-yard short. And they will give him a first down. So 10 yards there for Silling.
It's extreme awareness of the game and the situation. The game is not going too fast for him right now. As you can rewind back 3 years that he's been playing quarterback, he hasn't played many, many close games. I mean, we've called a lot of them. And there's a lot of games where they've been up by 20 or down by 20. And he's showing a lot of maturity and just game understanding right now of what you need to do to keep this clock moving. As long as Mayville's not going to take these timeouts, keep sliding inbounds, get as many yards as you can, but get down inbounds.
The Mayport CG Patriots right now, too, this is when you got to start burning timeouts. Again, there's no 2-minute warning in high school football. So the Patriots cannot afford to give up a first down unless it's on this play. Silling trying to make a cutback. Silling will get hogtied down at about the 16-yard line by Peterson. It'll be a gain of 1. We'll keep it here and talk about the strategy right now in this contest. 36 carries, 366 yards, 2:04 remaining. First time out here for the Mayport CG Patriots. And here's the dilemma that you kind of have, Hoots, if you're Mayport CG. Do you allow Maple River to score? You have to stop the 2-point conversion, because then at least your offense, which we just saw scored in 2 plays, could have a chance to tie. Or is it, you know what? We make 3 more stops, 2 good stands, call a couple of timeouts, and then you can get the ball back if you take 5 seconds per playoff. You're going to be looking at about 70 seconds where a field goal possibly wins you the game.
So here's what I would do is you look at your defensive coordinator and you go, what is your biggest boom or bust risk reward call that you can make here on the next 2 plays? You bring everybody, you do something funky, and if you miss and they score, it's okay. Like, you still have your timeout, 2 timeouts. You know, you've done a really good job on 2-point conversions, but you try to send the house and make this 3rd and 12, make it a possible turnover. But you would assume, I mean, what play has worked the best? It's been any type of a quarterback sweep, whether it's your bobsled play out of the under center, or, you know, the motion by Anderson and you run behind him on the right side. Something that's going to keep the ball in bounds and that you know your quarterback's going to make the right play. Force them to use the timeout. Don't turn the ball over.
2nd down upcoming here for Maple River. The ball, more than likely, is not going out of number 9's hands.
No.
We just know that. I formation. Anderson dots the I here. Patriots 2 down linemen with those 2 outside backers. Kind of look like defensive end. Here's the bobsled play, far sideline. Great pursuit by Mayport CG, and it's a tackle for a loss. Coming in on the tackle is Justin Verwest, able to blow that play up, and now all of a sudden 2nd and 8 becomes about 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that one didn't quite look the same as the other ones we've seen. It was a little hesitant. It's almost like I think the defensive line pressure didn't allow him to sprint down the line of scrimmage like they have the many times before. This becomes really interesting. Okay, so you got you know it's 4-down territory. You know, do you dare put the ball in the air, knowing that Mayville's selling out to make, to force the ball out of 9's hands.
And 3rd and 11 upcoming here for the Maple River Raiders. They'll be spotted in between the hashes, roughly at about the 17-yard line here. So for the Maple River Raiders, just looking for at least something positive, even though we did see earlier here in this particular 4th quarter, Hoots on a 4th down and 11 yards, that Silling went to the house for 21 yards.
No, I think the easy answer, the safe play is, run something with T up the middle here. Try to get 4 or 5, and then open the whole playbook up on 4th and 7. But we'll see. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve right here. Probably pretty simple.
3rd down and 9. The question is, do you go play action here? Do you think Mayport CG is doing enough on the run? Do you allow Silling on a play action, or keep it simple as Nathan Hoots has alluded to? Motion man coming right to left is Dowse. Silling going to keep it, gets the outside, gets a little crease. Silling to the 10, Silling to the 5. How do you do? Silling with the 6th rushing touchdown of the contest.
That was the one they were trying to get on the last play. He was unable to sprint down the line of scrimmage on the 2nd down play, and then 3rd down he was able to. They did not allow defensive line pressure, so kudos to the left side of the offensive line right there.
It's still a one-possession game. However, Silling does get the 17 yards, so there's the cushion.
Yep.
Now the nail in the hammer, if you are Maple River, for the 2. The Patriots stop this. They still got a chance to tie this puppy up.
What is your best play in the entire playbook? There's no excuse not to run your best play in the playbook right here.
I would say bobsled play right now for Maple River. Motion man again. Goes Dowse. Bobsled play again to the outside. Patriots string it out, and Dabano brings him down. However, there is a face mask on the play, and will reset, and it will be a hold. Hold. Not a face mask. It will be a hold on Maple River. So if there was a penalty on Mayport CG, it would be offsetting, and instead the 2-point conversion is no good. So everything is still in play here, including overtime on homecoming night. 1:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. The Patriots down by 8 with the ball when we return next here up in Hope.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
High school football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com, 38-30. Good and bad for both teams, right, Hoots? If you're the Patriots, you didn't want to give up the score. However, you stopped the 2-point conversion. Yep. If you're the Raiders, you obviously got the touchdown. That's the good. The bad is now your defense has to make another stand.
Yeah, and you know what? They kind of split the difference there. They still have a timeout. They've obviously shown they can score in a hurry here. So even if they can get the ball on their own 30-yard line, 70 yards in a minute 50 with a timeout, this team can absolutely do that. This is the key right here. You know, just try to keep them inside the 40-yard line here. Your best tacklers better be making a play here.
That was 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock on a 45-yard drive. This kick will go out of bounds. Be a penalty here, and for the Mayport CG Patriots, good starting field position, and again, no time comes off that clock when it goes out of bounds.
Make them kick it again.
It's the question, right? Do you make them kick it again, or do you take the ball? Hoots, what would it be at the 30, 35?
Yep, 35, yeah.
Looks like they're going to make them kick it again.
Absolutely, there we go.
So that'll be another penalty on Maple River. That'll be 3, and that'll be now for 25 yards.
It's a good idea, though. Trying to kick it down here in the corner, it's not a bad idea. It came right to me. I did get to touch the game ball if you didn't get to see that from over here.
Did you sign it?
I was going to take off and run with it.
Okay. I was waiting for the Joe Horn cell phone back in the day at the Superdome coming out, or the T.O. Sharpie, so to speak.
And sign it up, yep.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody needs my signature on a football.
So if you re-kick, you'll have that at the 40 and move it back to the 35, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay, that's what the officials are talking it over here. Is exactly what they'll do.
You know, if I was if this was flipped and Mayport is kicking to Maple River, the way that D'Amato's been kicking the ball, you probably just take the ball at the 35 and go. But the way that the Maple River kicking game or kick coverage has struggled, you're probably trying to take care of business here by making a move back again.
Game that's gone 2 hours and 26 minutes here tonight, and Hope going to go a little bit longer here, and it's been a fantastic back and forth kind of 9-man football game. Here's an end-over-end kick again. This will go to the 30-yard line and caught on a run on the far side by Sosted. Sosted gets the 50 into Raider territory and will be 1st and 10 Patriots at the Raider 47-yard line.
Chase, kick the ball on the ground. Just don't let them get any type of a head start. It's been a struggle all game long, and now they got to go 45, 50 yards to get a potential game-tying score.
1:44 remaining. This is the 14th possession, and another one that starts in Raider territory. I understand where you're coming from, right? You want to squib it. You don't want to give them a full steam of momentum like we saw by Sosted there.
When it comes to high school kickers, it's sometimes a struggle. Maybe he was trying to do it and he just didn't execute it well. That's entirely possible. But you'd like to see the ball running along the ground.
Well, 1st down and 10 regardless here for the Patriots. They got 1 timeout remaining. Maple River has 2. Patriots need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to at least keep this game for a chance to get into overtime. Anything under that, Raiders will win. Fugelberg, spot throw. This one dropped at the 43-yard line on a little out pattern there by Sosted. Good ball by Fugelberg, makes it 2nd and 10.
If there was maybe 40 seconds left instead of a minute 40, you'd be like, all right, yeah, we didn't want the clock to keep running, but at a minute 40, you can afford 30 seconds running off if you can get the 10 to 15 yards. But they go really fast. I mean, their ability to snap the ball in less than 15 seconds is pretty unique in 9-man football.
Raiders have brought 4 throughout the entirety of the night. Why change now? As they are looking to bring 4 yet again. Peterson lines up to the right-handed side of Fugelberg. Fugelberg with time, pops down the middle, incomplete. Frank Martin on the coverage on Dabano there, now makes it 3rd and 10.
I tell you what, there's been a really vast improvement. I know there's been some busted coverages, but down over down, they've definitely improved from last week and from previous weeks.
As will be 3rd down and 10 upcoming now for the Patriots. They need a 1st down here. They need something positive. If they don't get a 1st here in the next 2 plays, ball game's over with just 1 timeout remaining. So Twins both left and right in the gun. Patriots with the football here. And Fugelberg will get sacked by Thompson. This will be a sack back to the 49-yard line, and it will be a loss of 8 yards.
After the last play, I was going to kind of get after those Raider defensive linemen. They were playing patty cake. All 4 of them were just swatting hands, and nobody was trying to get upfield. And then it's almost like they were saving it for that play right there. Now they need to come up with another big one. Here's the final timeout for Mayville.
So timeout on the field here for the Mayport CG Patriots. Their final one. So if you're Maple River, you make a stand here, no flag. They don't get to the 38.5. It's ball game. If you're the Patriots, there's a defensive flag, or you get to the sticks, it at least keeps the game moving here, Hoots. And a similar question that I asked you earlier when Maple River had the ball, what do you do now defensively and offensively if you're Maple River? Do you bring the house? Do you bring 4? They brought 4 all night, or do you play in coverage and try to keep everything in front of you?
I would I'd put T. Silling on the line and let him rush the quarterback here, unless he's going to be, downfield defending a pass guy. But, you got to tell those 4 guys, you give me everything you got right here. Those 4 pass rushers, you get home. However you got to do it. Don't get deeper in the quarterback, but get home. Don't play patty cake. Just get downhill toward the quarterback. Try to get some type of pressure on him so he's got to force a pass. And then, tell your DBs, you stick to them like glue, nothing over your head. If you end up giving up a first down here, yeah, it's bad, but it's not devastating. You've proven all night long that you can get stops when you need to. Right now, you got to, just batten down the hatches and try to get something positive.
Patriots, this is 4th in the ball game as they will handle it shotgun formation. And they need to get to about that 38-yard line. Here's a hook and ladder opportunity. This one will be the hook. There's the ladder. There goes Beck at the 40, back to the 30, back to the 20. Makes a man miss. Oh, my, Beck. House call. Touchdown, Patriots. You pulled the trick on Trick or Treat about a month early, but they called it perfectly. Nice little hook and ladder for a house call as that goes to the distance of 56 yards.
That was absolutely beautifully executed. Well, we've said we've had a lot of big 2-point conversions tonight, Chase. This is the biggest one right here.
Cross Kitchen on the reception for about 7 yards, and everything else again went to Beck. Regardless, the Patriots gave themselves a chance here to keep this game moving. 59 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Patriots need the 2-point conversion. Where will they go? They go to the big man. He rolls his way. Is he stuck? He is. He's stuck at the goal line. Peterson gets wrapped up and stuck, and the Patriots are down by 2, but the game is not over. Onside kick coming up next here in Hope.
Maple Valley Public School will begin the year with the completion of the building project, which added 14,500 square feet, housing a community fitness center, gymnasium, locker rooms, and a pre-K room. This addition will significantly enhance community opportunities by providing updated equipment and facilities. Maple Valley will also launch the Best in Class for our 4-year-old program this year. The Best in Class program includes curriculum, professional development, and resources to create learning environments for pre-kindergarten students.
The Patriots throwing out a couple of tricks here tonight. That one worked out perfectly. Fugelberg Kitchen on the pitch then went to Beck for the house call, and he weaved his way in. And then all of a sudden you got a couple of seniors playing the Oklahoma drill. Coulter Peterson, the 5'11 senior at 215, went up the A-gap, and therefore Maple River was a 6'3 senior at 200, and Sillinghoots able to win that battle.
Chase, he was walking into the end zone, and then all of a sudden, like a bolt of lightning struck, and he just got crunched. There was a lot of work in the offseason and in season that caused that collision right there to go backwards.
Patriots need the onside kick if Mayport CG does not get this ball game. Dabano puts it on the tee, 40-yard line. Here's the squib. This one's going to be a free ball. It's loose, and the Patriots got it. It comes off of Martin. It ricochets, and the Patriots come up with the football with Bodie Peterson.
Oh, my. That was
3 consecutive touchdowns here for the Patriots, and now they want to make it 4. Also, a field goal kick wins it with 57 seconds remaining. And if you're Dabano, you couldn't have kicked it any better.
No, that was beautifully done. It's so many things have to go absolutely perfect for a team to be able to recover an onside kick. Now it's just comes down to got to get a stop or got to get a score.
Patriots with no timeouts remaining. Maple River has 3. Patriots trying to take the lead here late in this 4th quarter on homecoming night for Maple River. Motion man will be Dabano left to right. Fugelberg in the gun. Maple River rushes forward. Fugelberg steps up, fires, throws, going deep down the field for Dabano. Incomplete at the 5-yard line.
We got quite the battle. That was a phenomenal throw. That was a great route. That was excellent coverage. Just a half a step past him. But I don't know how many 40 or 50-yard sprints that kid's done tonight. But, every single one of them, Anderson's been running with him. So They are going to be absolutely gassed after this one.
All that I know is if this is the last meeting between these two teams for a while in football, it's been a classic here tonight in Hope. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. Wide receivers split out left and right. Maple River has brought 4 here throughout the entirety of the game. Motion man going left to right on the near sidelines. Tight end Sawstead. Fugelberg catch, fire, incomplete to Sawstead. They're looking for about a 5-yard out pattern. Makes it 3rd down and 10.
We're in the same situation we were last possession. You know, defensive linemen aren't getting toward the quarterback or any type of pressure here on the first 2 plays, but last time they had 3rd and 10. Thompson got a big-time sack. See if they can, you know, muster up a little bit of energy here. We got a lot of tired boys out on the field right now, both ways.
And going back to that hook and ladder, you couldn't have drawn it up any more better with that game on the line.
Yeah,
there.
that was so beautiful.
3rd down and 10 upcoming here. Where do the bag of tricks come out here if you're the Patriots? Possibly one more time.
I think if they run some type of a crossing route, that's caused some confusion for the Raiders here recently.
Fugelberg back in the gun. Here comes Maple River, and they get him back at the 47-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick.
Bernstein and Thompson, part of that 1-2 party. Larry Fontaine.
Got a lot of walking Patriots right now.
Not going to call a timeout here, obviously. Let Mayport CG get back to line. Fugelberg, that was a loss of 8. They don't have a timeout, so the clock continues to wind here for Mayport CG. 23 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Fugelberg steps up, fires, deep ball down the field, incomplete, and the Maple River Raiders are going to survive on homecoming night.
There was a lot of emotion and a lot of frantic high school kids running around on that last possession. That was what a finish.
That is tough if you're Mayport CG. You got everything to go your way. You felt like you're so close to at least get the ball back and maybe force overtime or possibly maybe find a way to get that ball on the onside kick, which they do. But give credit to where credit's due. Maple River had to make one more defensive play, and they did, and a big-time play at that with Bernstein came in unevaded. Thompson able to finish him off. A pair of juniors able to make the last play, but tip of the cap again to the Patriots and the Raiders in what was an instant classic here in Hope. On homecoming night, the Maple River Raiders able to win 38-36. Maple River now 3-3 on the season, 2-1 in Region 1 play. Up next, a non-region contest in Hankinson. Well, for the Mayport CG Patriots, they dropped to 1-5 on the season and 0-2 in Region 2 play. For the Mayport CG Patriots, they will now have to essentially win out to make the playoffs with Enderlin and Richland. If they lose against Enderlin, their season comes to a close next week. For Maple River, this about almost assures them a spot for a home playoff game upcoming. However, that game with Enderlin will kind of say a lot to it on that one. Again, your final 38-36. Maple River on the cannon blast on homecoming night. One more time, the Raiders survive here against the Patriots on your liveevent.com.
Don't let your autumn project list fall to pieces. Make those projects fall into place with the help of Mayport Hardware. Tim, the project pro, and his team will make sure you get not just the right tool or part, they'll also give you the tips and tricks to tackle that list once and for all. Plus, they've got plenty of essentials for fall cleanup and a grill or two for those pregame cookouts. You've always got a lot more going for you at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
High school football here tonight on yourliveevent.com. Chase Miller, Nathan Hoots with you here on homecoming night as the Maple River Raiders pick up the victory. It's now time to get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. Hoots, let's go Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and then let's also kind of go what was your play of the contest. Let's kind of do a 1-2 combination here. I think Captain Obvious is wearing number 9 tonight here. Yeah. One of the homecoming royalty, if you will, as the Maple River Raiders able to win this contest again, 38-36.
Yeah, no doubt. Ran for 6 touchdowns.
T-Silling?
Yeah. Play of the game, though, was the 2-point conversion stop that he made down here. That's all you're going to hear is touchdown, 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 all that he got, all the yards on the ground. But he needed to make a play for his team. And it was man on man, and T won that battle right there, which essentially was the game-winning play.
The game-winning play, but going back to it, the hook and ladder, you needed an onside kick. Mayport CG got everything and more when you needed it, Hoots. I think as much as there's no moral victories, obviously, in sports. It's you win or you lose.
Yeah.
But if you're Mayport CG, you feel like, hey, you're one play away from coming out of here with a road victory.
That's a really good football team over here to my left. They answered the bell every single time offensively and on special teams. That might have been the best executed trick play I've seen in person in high school football. And I've seen a lot of good ones, and a lot of times they end up being on TV. But that in person, you could see it. You called it. I saw it from over here, and they executed it beautifully. And then that the onside kick where you got to put the ball on the ground, you got to get that hop, and it hit a guy right in the face mask. All those things had to go right. And for all those things to go in the opposite direction of Maple River, for them to, just put everything behind them and get 4 consecutive stops with less than a minute left, that showed a lot.
Let's take a look. Again, your Enbridge Energy play of the game and players of the game. Life takes energy. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. We'll hear from a couple of victorious Raiders. We'll try to hear from the head coach as well, as they have talked it over on the far sideline and getting reset here. And it looks like they are done with their little chat, so we'll take a quick break. We'll allow Nathan Hoots to kind of make his way down to the far sideline, and we'll try to hear from the victorious Raiders coming up next here on your liveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
North Star Ag is your premier full-service short-line machinery dealer. Whether it's equipment sales, parts, or service, North Star Ag carries a full range of equipment from leading brands such as Meridian, Brandt, and Salford Valmar. The North Star team is here to help you year-round. Learn more at northstar-ag.com. That's northstar-ag.com. Or visit them at their Tower City facility. North Star Ag, committed to quality, committed to you.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union Insurance agent in Hillsborough.
High school football tonight on homecoming night. Nathan Hoot standing by with T. Silling, our Enbridge Energy player of the game.
All right, I'm here with T. 380 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns on the ground. But what I want to know is what was going through your mind on that 2-point conversion when it was 38-36, and the biggest play of the game was made right there. What's going through your mind? How did you feel after it happened?
Well, the play before that, when they ran that trick play, I really let my team down on an open field tackle, and I really just wanted to do it for my team and for my community, because I really thought I owed them that.
You definitely came through for them. Talk about the emotions that came about. I could tell a difference all week long. It was homecoming, but there was a level of focus that was not just with you guys, but coaching staff as well. How much did it mean to get this win over the team you were playing against tonight?
Well, we knew after we played Richland last week that we needed this game, that we needed to beat a great team like this. We needed to come out and have this level of focus and this level of teamwork. And I just thought that my team this week was just the best. I had the most fun week of my life, and then I just wouldn't give it up for anything.
Talk about your offensive line for a little bit. If getting off the bus, they win the battle. They got the bigger guys. They got the guys that look like they're a lot bigger and stronger. But they created creases a lot of times for you tonight. And on the biggest plays of the game, they created a space for you to be able to get to the outside and score that touchdown. Essentially, was the game winner. Talk about what those guys mean to you and what you've done this year.
They are incredible. That's the only word I can have for them. They are just incredible. I wouldn't even rather have Larry on than them. I would rather have Dylan Zahn as my center, because me and him just have this level of teamwork that it's just awesome. And I wouldn't give it up for anything. And Owen and Gabe, they do great jobs. They they are way less than everybody, but they just work so hard and have so much heart, and then they just work so hard in practice, and I'm just so proud of them.
Give me a little insight into what was said from Coach Fontaine, Belke, Schlofeld, when the momentum really flipped 25 times tonight, but most specifically when that onside kick happened and they recovered it. What were they saying? What was the message to you guys with 50-some seconds left? You know, hey, now we have to get a stop. We have no more points to play with.
Well, really, they just told us to ignore our assignments. They told us to not let anything deep, not let anything behind us, just kind of what we've been working on, and just they really just like told us to calm down. Everything will be okay. We still have a lead, and we just got to keep it that way.
All right, you would probably say you're in the driver's seat for a first-round home playoff game. What does that mean to your team to potentially be able to play here in Hope in the opening round of the playoffs?
It just means everything to our team. It means everything to our coaching staff, and I think it means a lot to our community. We just have so much support, and for us to be able to come out and win a game like this, I think it's just amazing.
Really well done tonight. I'm going to go see if I can find Coach Fontaine, get that autograph night. Great game. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Nathan Hoots. Again, it's 38-36. We'll take a quick break after this and continue from Hope.
You know, parenting is hard for all of us. And so providing those little resources that we can share for those conversations that are hard to have, and to kind of be that icebreaker for both professionals, parents, and then open up that conversation to the more engaging conversation that's needing to be had.
Being a parent myself, oftentimes it's the simple things that make a difference.
As a busy parent myself, just engaging with your kids, making it an everyday thing so they know that you're there, they can always come to you when those difficult situations do arise.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsborough for more information.
Now Nathan Hoots joined by the head coach, that is Larry Fontaine. Take it away, Hoots.
All right, homecoming week. You would probably describe them as your number one rival, probably not just this year, but for many, many years. Talk about the emotions of a homecoming week, the distractions that come along with it, and how proud you are of your team for putting all that behind them and being able to get a W tonight.
Hi, Coach. I've been coaching 27 years. That's the greatest game I've ever been involved in as a head coach. And baseball, football, greatest game I've ever been involved in. The kids worked hard today. The kids worked hard all week. We had a great week of practice. The distractions were there, but we started out on Monday and we were focused all week. We were really focused and stayed focused, and we planned on playing without Carter, and Carter's a warrior. He couldn't go today. He tried, but he's got that lower sprained ankle and he couldn't go. But we had worked other kids in there all week, hoping that he'd come, but we had to be ready if he couldn't. And talk to T, you're going to have to take up the space. I mean, you're going to have to pick up for Carter and Preston and Brennan and some of the other kids. You're going to have to step up. And they did. They stepped up. And we talked a little bit of emotion. You know, my wife passed away almost 2 years ago. And they played this game for her. They were really playing this game for her and my family. And I can't say enough, Coach. It was just... T. Sealing is such a warrior and such a great kid, and our kids didn't give up. They had ample opportunities to give up. They didn't give up. They didn't quit. They played hard. We knew Mayville was going to be a good game because they don't like to lose to us. We don't like to lose to them. This is the greatest game I've ever been allowed to coach, and I'm thankful for everything I have.
I think we could fill the next hour if we wanted talking about T. Sealing, but there's two guys that I want to talk about in particular. I'm going to start with Brennan Anderson. What stood out to me was the ability that he covered all of those wheel routes by DeMano all game long. I mean, he probably ran 30, 40 to 50-yard sprints throughout the night. Talk about what he's meant to this team. First-year guy, how he's seamlessly kind of fit into this team.
Yeah, when he showed up for practice, I looked at him. I could tell that he was a football player. I'm like, you're going to be our fullback, and you're going to be our linebacker. And he was all in for it, all in. And he's made a lot of improvements this year. This is his first year of varsity playing time, and you know, if you look at the earlier games, he had a little hard time covering, and today he did well. He did great, and we're really proud of him. He made a lot of nice tackles. He stayed home. He had a lot of good coverage. He just loves football, the kid. You know, he's a great addition, and the kids like him, and we're happy he's here.
Second guy I want to talk about is Jonah Thompson. When I first met him 3 years ago, he was a scrawny, wiry freshman. Now he's a slightly less scrawny junior. What has he meant defensively for you? He was getting pressure not all game long, but really, really when you needed it. Big time sack on the second to last possession, a big time pressure there on the last possession of the game. What has he meant to your defensive line?
Jonah's another kid that is, he weighs 150 pounds soaking wet, but he's in the weight room all the time. He's in the weight room all summer. He just can't put on weight. He works hard. He's a leader. He's a great kid. He just knows how to play the game. He understands the game. He gets the game. If you know how to play the game, that's half the battle. And he's getting a lot better. A couple times earlier this season, he wouldn't stay home, but we got on him a little bit and kept reminding him to stay home and do it. He's played really well the last 3 games, really well, outstanding.
Yeah, he's stood out really, really well the couple games that I've gotten to call. Lastly, you talk about all the emotions that went into this game week. How do you put that now behind you, move on? You don't have a region game next week, but you don't want to have any letdowns between now and the playoffs because you want to try to secure that home field advantage in that first round.
Roger that, Coach. Well, we love to play Hankinson, and we have to play him down in Hankinson. And Money is a great coach, and they're going to be ready. They were 5-0. I don't know how they did against Lemoore. But I talk to Money a lot, and, we're buddies, and he's a great coach, and he doesn't like to lose to us, and I don't like to lose to him. We hang out a lot in the summer, and we hang out when he's in Absaraka, and there's a friendly rivalry there. But he called me today, and he said, good luck today. It's about time you guys take down Mayville, as did my friend Josh Keller in North Prairie. He said, Larry, in all due respect, I can't tell you, but all due respect, blah, blah, and he's the first guy I'm going to call when I get out of here and tell him we did it. Yeah.
Well, hey, excellent game. Congratulations getting these guys rallied up and with all the changes in emotion and momentum throughout the game. That was really well done. Congratulations. Good luck next week in Hankinson. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
That again, Larry Fontaine with Nathan Hoots. Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. We'll put a bow on this one. Take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. That and more next here from Hope, North Dakota on Homecoming Night.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
After we heard from those players, again, interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future. Chase Miller, Nathan Hoots putting a bow on tonight. Hoots, let's get to some of the final out-of-town region scores. LLM all over Hankinson, 60-16. So the Lobos play the Warbirds next. The Warbirds defeated Tri-State 50-9. Winner is the Region 1 champ. Loser is the 2, which means the 3 right now belongs to Hankinson after they already defeated Sargent County. So essentially you could have Hankinson coming to Hope in 3 weeks if those matchups continue. Just kind of your early thoughts on those scores of Region 1 here tonight.
Yeah, that becomes interesting if you start looking at it, like how much do you want to show next week? If you're confident as a coaching staff that you're going to beat Enderlin in the final week of the year to secure that number 2 seed, how much are you going to show next week at Hankinson, knowing that you have a lot more important game in 2 weeks after that?
And speaking of Enderlin, they lost to Griggs Dakota tonight, 40-28.
Okay.
And then you had Richland, Sargent County 56-12, and Enderlin plays Mayport CG next. Then they play Maple River. So when it comes to Region 1 standings now, Griggs Dakota 3-0, pretty much locked up the number 1 seed out of Region 2. Enderlin drops to 1-1. Maple River 2-1. Mayport CG 0-2. Patriots can still get in with back-to-back region wins, but if you're Enderlin now, all of a sudden you at least have to win 1 to make the playoffs. Otherwise, you'll be looking on the outside if you're the Eagles.
And we'll talk about this, I'm assuming, a lot in the pregame in 2 weeks when Enderlin comes down. But Enderlin does a lot of what Maple River has struggled with. They love to just sling the ball around. They got Arana Dargo that really can throw the ball.
Yep.
So that's going to be something that they're going to have to keep an eye on and really shore it up. But they took some really big steps tonight defensively. I know they gave up 36 points, but gave them a couple short fields, unfortunately. Had that, the onside kick recovery, the trick play. But there's a lot more positives coming out of the pass defense from the Raiders tonight than 7 days ago. 7 days ago, I think there was a lot of people questioning, are we going to be able to beat anybody that wants to throw the ball? And there's a lot of positives tonight from the Raiders.
All the top 5 teams across the state, a 9-man all win here tonight in A. Kindred defeats EEK 34-0. Central Cass over Hillsborough Central Valley 34-13. Oaks takes down Lisbon 32-20, and Thompson wins in overtime over Northern Cass 20-14. Double A Red River Downs Fargo South. Horace stays unbeaten. Devils Lake falls to Wahpeton 28-14 late in that one. Those are some scores in Double A. Then Triple A, number 5 Cheyenne rolls Shanley 35-6. Bismarck gets beat by Minot 21-14. So Bismarck High is no longer undefeated, and Bismarck Legacy absolutely hammers Century 42-13, the lone undefeated team in 3A. Fargo Davies with a 62-13 victory, more than likely the number one coming in Monday's poll. Any of those particular scores intrigue you, Hoots, from across the state tonight?
I'm a 9-man guy, so I'll stick to what I'm most familiar with. The Enderlin scoring that much on Griggs County, they've really, defensively, Griggs is a good team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always interesting when the number one team in the state loses in the AAA level. So. But yeah, I love 9-man football. It's what I grew up playing and what I've gotten to coach, and so it's something that I like to stick to paying attention.
Final stats, just some players that stood out. Sostad, 2 receptions, $126, 2 touchdowns. DeBano, 3 receptions here tonight as well. That hook and ladder Beck went for 49 yards. T. Silling, just can't say enough about his particular performance. 387 yards of total offense, 380 coming on the ground on 38 attempts, and 6 rushing touchdowns. I would have to look back through some of the records because I know Tri-State was a doozy for T. Stilling as well, but it was one heck of a performance by the senior.
Yeah, and it always seemed it was when they needed it the most. That's when it happened. It was never like, a 1st and 10 in the middle of the field. It was always, okay, it is time for our best player to step up. And he stepped up, and it was, the big-time plays late in the 4th quarter that he made. And like I led off the interview is, hey, that play that you made on that 2-point conversion, and he said it really well. I needed to – I just gave that play up on that hook and ladder.
Yep.
He had the chance in the open field, and it was like, okay, I am not going to let my teammates down, my coaches down, my communities down by making that play. And when someone says that, they're not selfish, and B, they understand the moment and how big this game was, not just because it's homecoming, but, what comes after this, potentially a home playoff game, beating your rival, all of those good things that make high school football great.
It's a fun one. It was a fun one here tonight. An instant classic, no doubt about it. Hoots, thanks so much for your time. Look forward to seeing you here in a couple weeks for the season finale with Enderlin and what could be the number 2 seed potentially on the line in Region 2.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Chase.
That again, Nathan Hoots. Thanks to Keith running the camera. I'm Chase Miller. 38-36 up next to the Raiders, going to the Hankinson Pirates. Well, from the Mayport CG Patriots, they will host Enderlin, and essentially what becomes a win, you still have a chance to make the playoffs. Lose, and your season is done for postseason opportunity between the Eagles and the Patriots. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend and go to yourliveevent.com for more high school coverage coming up as we end September on Monday and turn the page to October on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Join